it's crowded when we're dancing inside the party.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Soca Team Boom, we would like to welcome you on board Flight 1069. Mission, St. Vincent and the Grenadines Carnival. Soca Aviation regulations requires that you fet with the Soca team for the duration of this flight.
Well, this is Cap in this thing, man, on the Flight 1069 with the Boom Soca Team. Real steel.
Well, they done as your boy Casper G on Flight 1069. Boom Soca Team. Don't play with it.
And the shouting, hey, nicey call, Flight 1069, Boom Soca Team, Destination Vincy Mas. Hey, tell them chemistry, let go the gas mask.
Once again, welcome on board and enjoy Flight 1069 with the Boom Soca Team.
Said I'm feeling nice, feeling nice. Oh, the whole of me perspire, and it feels so right, feels so right. Can you feel it? Can you feel me, baby? Can you feel it? Na 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 na. Girl, I got something for you. You go like it, say mom. You go like it, say yeah. And I know you want it too. I like it, say mom. I like it, say yeah. So baby, wrap your love around me. I wanna take you way up high. So I said I wanna feel you, baby. I wanna see you eye to eye. Come on, whoa, the whole of me on fire. Said I'm feeling nice, feeling nice. Whoa, the whole of me perspire. And it feels so right, feels so right.
Woman for the woman, we pedicure, we facial. Brooklyn on the money, we send go come racial. Men come to girl thing, we no partial. A big girl for this carnival.
So leave me alone. When you see me, I'm the woman, them. Leave me. I can't control. If I have too much, is my problem. Just leave me. Woman, I love me, woman. Woman, I love me, woman.
When you see me walk in a session, when me start to wipe on a woman, don't come ask no question. What's her name or where she come from? Go and get your own. Every dog to his own bone. Find a nice girl to take home and put her in your love zone.
How can I say that you can live without a woman? How can you do the things you wanna do? When the rain comes and you in that sexual mood, she gotta call this thing a man scorpion. We wind up, she says, oh, leave me alone. When you see me, I'm the woman, them. Leave me. I can't control. If I have too much, is my problem. Just leave me.
Y'all find me right and me left hand. I'm moving like King Solomon. Ladies, draw my attention. It's like a natural obsession. Is there something wrong with loving too much woman? Well, whether I'm right or wrong, I don't need no correction.
I was trying to live a life without a woman. I was dying if I can get sweet love and affection. If that's the case, please put me away, cause I might not go astray. No way. So alone. When you see me, I'm the woman, them. Leave me. I can't control. If I have too much, is my problem. Just leave me. You mean I can't whine? You mean I can't grind? You mean I can't go on the road, alright? Don't worry. But I can't promise I go right down.
This is Flight 1069, Destination Vincy Mas with the Boom Soca Team.
Too much woman, sweet woman. Fool yourself. I play you with an ex-man. You play with someone else. Have a time in your section. Watch me I park, so when you're done, you could meet me on the junction. Back and I start, I in the mass, so gosh, I'm ready for action now. Fine in time. Roll your bumper and do nothing again. Time to grind. Push it up and just add some pressure. Behind the truck, it's not stop walking up and tell you the road. Let me tell you this, on the road and the gallo mix, I'm just alone. For the carnival, I am a whiner. Whining on all them girl. Just don't tell me I can't play mass. Do not tell me me I can't play mass. Don't tell me I can't play mass. Do not tell me I can't. Don't worry, don't worry. But I can't promise I know nobody. But the road are too much woman. Well woman, but the road are too much woman. Sweet woman. She tell me, behave myself. Cause you can't expect me to jam on no one else. When they're behaving wassy, but I'm sharing up like alcohol. You know I must get tipsy. I holding on in case I fall. So I gotta wait on somebody know. Wine in time. Roll your bumper and do not linger. Hey. Time to grind. Push it back and just add some pressure. Behind the truck. It's not so fucking up, I tell you. Hey. Let me tell you this on the road and the callow mix. I'm just a loader. For the carnival, I am a whiner. Whining all the girl. Just don't tell me I can't play bass. Do not tell me I can't play bass. Don't tell me I can't play bass. Do not tell me I can't. Don't worry. Don't worry. But I can't promise I know I know nobody. But the road are too much woman. Well woman. But the road are too much woman.
This is Flight 1069. Destination Vincy Mouse with the Boom Soca team.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not hearing it.
I don't know.
Right.
This is what happens when we go 100% soca. The vibes just right.
Yeah. Good morning to you.
This is what happens when Shady stresses me out early in the morning. I'm trying to shake off the bad vibes.
I hear him playing strippiness, but some strippiness.
Trying to shake off his bad
I
vibes.
see the shades. Good morning, Dad.
Hi.
How are you this morning?
I am well.
You look so.
Thank you.
Shady, yeah.
I can't help you anymore. I can't. You're on your own.
As my buddy, he transferred to me yesterday. He was my official driver yesterday.
Isn't he a good Uber?
I know that. I won't be calling him.
Give him a star, son.
Also can't help you with it. I
yeah.
don't have your back. I'm telling you.
You hear what you want?
Give him my star.
He's a good comrade.
He's showing your true colors.
He's a good,
Yeah.
He's a good comrade. There you go.
You walked into that.
He wants his stars.
How are
You
you?
listening, buddy.
How are you? You're asking everybody how
I am good. I'm good. Why am I good this morning? I don't even know. I don't even know why I'm
we
good.
got some rain, so we're happy about that.
Not in my neck of the woods.
You
When I
didn't
got
get
into
any
town,
rain?
no.
Oh.
When I got into town, it was raining. No, but I saw it set up, so I don't know. I can't tell the difference between rain clouds and Sahara dust these
I know,
days.
but it's supposed to be thin now
Yeah?
later this afternoon. So
okay. So you should get some rain later.
well, it says it's favorable.
Yeah?
We did get some last night where my areas.
Okay.
they got some rain last night, and so-
Well, we need it. We need it. So let's keep our fingers crossed that we get some rain. Good morning to you on Facebook Live. Good morning to you on the what do you think the name? WhatsApp? Is it WhatsApp? Yeah. Good morning to you listening to on our 106.9 frequency dial. Yeah.
the
Good morning.
WhatsApp people say they're not getting enough, so we have
That's
to.
that you know whose fault that is, eh? Okay, cool. Let me leave that right there.
It's right there on that
You
computer.
have it in your hand as well too.
No, this is my phone. This is the WhatsApp phone.
Oh, okay. So it's right there. Okay.
Exactly.
Well, I don't know how to do that, so I'm not gonna push my fingers into
I'm gonna
things that I
try.
don't
I'm gonna
know
try
as
to
well,
make sure they get some love today.
I saw it yesterday open, and there were quite a bit of messages
That's
on the
what I'm
WhatsApp.
saying.
Yeah.
Voice notes.
Yeah,
and all
yeah,
kinds
yeah.
of- you're like, oh,
So we're gonna attempt to fix that this morning
yes,
as well.
Yes,
too, yeah.
Yes.
So it's now 9 past. We gotta take a stop at 25 minutes past. So we're gonna do that on time there. So we don't know how much talk business we got there. So yeah. It's Throwback Thursday.
Yes. Wait, say my DJ was playing nonsense.
Yes, stupidness. No, that is there.
So what was on your chest this morning? Because I
Well-
heard you come in early with something. I have something on my
I don't.
chest.
You have something on your chest?
Yes. You have. I want you go first.
I don't. I really don't have anything in particular on my chest, but I'm sure. No, I will get indigestion during the course of the morning. Something will come, but
What's wrong with this mind?
but yesterday,
Yeah.
well, social media came alive yesterday again with this thing at the what's it called, Roman Catholic?
Yes.
Yeah, school, primary school, RC, primary
Yes.
school.
St. Mary's Roman Catholic.
St. Mary's Roman Catholic. Yeah, the good sisters. Yeah, and brothers there.
at the St. Mary's Roman Catholic. That's not who they are. Yeah,
The brothers,
and sisters, Roman Catholic Church.
the
Just
priests, and the sisters, the
right,
nuns.
the
Yes,
nuns.
right.
Yes, yeah. About gun at the school. All right, that's what I saw. It's been
first on
trended at.
social
Yes,
media, right?
it's been trended at,
Right.
right? And then the police came
Mm-hmm.
and said and refuted that.
Yes.
So the question is, was there or were there not? If not, who started that rumor? How did that rumor got started?
I mean, how
How?
a story was published.
A story was published
Yes.
saying that
A gun was brandished at the school.
that was published on one of the news sites.
Yes. And then everyone started reposting the story. That's what I understand. I don't know if there was a rumor circulating before that,
Right.
but I think it came from what actually happened.
Okay.
You know they say there's 1% truth to
Yeah.
every lie.
There's smoke. Where there's
there-
smoke, there's fire.
yes, so
Right.
I think it stemmed from what actually occurred, and it
Okay. So were there any gun thing that happened really? Because I don't know.
not in a physical form. The use of the word.
Threatening words.
Yes.
Of gun.
Yes.
We talk about that. The gun seems to be the word of the day now.
But boy,
Guns are the words
come
of
on,
the
man.
day. Right?
You-
Who the hell? I saw this morning the report, right, from the
Right.
police.
Right.
You got that report from
No.
the police? You don't have that?
I only
Okay,
have
let me
the
get-
story
let's
and
see
the
report.
information
Wait,
I
wait,
dig
wait,
dug
wait.
and
Nah,
and
man, let me send you the report, nah,
I
man, so
don't
you could do the thing properly, nah, man. So you could all right. Let's start at the top.
cool.
Yeah, let's start at the top.
Cool.
Where there was a site saying breaking report of man brandishing gun at school in Kingston.
Mhm.
Right? So that's I understand that the man turned up at the St. Mary's RC school in Kingston on a Wednesday morning brandishing a gun. Police
Right.
confirmed that they had not received a report of such and they are investigating the matter. They said that site will update, right? And after that came, you saw the one from Searchlight. Searchlight newspaper said
Eyewitness.
parents have gathered outside the St. Mary's RC school where there was an incident involving a reportedly irate parent. School officials say despite rumors, no gun was involved and have reassured that the situation is not what was previously reported elsewhere. And there's a photograph there. You saw that? You got that? There's a
Yes.
photograph there with a whole set of parents outside the school. Now, I know you. Every legend.
Boy, I don't even know how. I don't know, boy. I wasn't outside of that school. That's why I know. I was in there. Like,
Yes.
I was inside.
Now, where do we start here? First of all, clearly from what the police are saying, you said you don't have the police. Let me send the police.
Well,
report
I
now.
did see the report where they were saying. I thought you meant there was an update
No.
because
no.
I did see them say that there was not a weapon involved, and
Let
they
me-
were
let me send it to you so
refuting.
you could read it out.
They
So
were
you could-
refuting that claim. I did see that, right?
Right. The police. Go ahead. You read that.
Right.
You can
Okay.
go-
So it says this is from the Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force, May 25th, 2022. The Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines Police Force refutes reports being circulated on social media that states a man entered the St. Mary's Roman Catholic school compound in Kingstown brandishing a firearm. There was an incident earlier today at the said school, and the person of interest is cooperating with the police. The students and members of the staff are safe.
Right. So the police unequivocally saying that's not true.
Right.
No gun.
Right.
However, we are hearing that there were that not reports that it was confirmed. Was it confirmed that a parent turned up at the school threatening a student, saying that he took a picture of the student
Yes.
I mean, who the hell does that? I mean, students at that school can't be more than 12 years old. So whatever, 12 and under.
It's a 5th grade student.
So that would be about 11 plus, right? Took a picture of the student.
11. I was 11 in grade 6.
Well, okay.
So that's like
yes,
10, 9, 10.
Yes. So this parent took a picture of the student and told the student that he going to get his gun, and anyway, he see the student, he went deal with that student because there was some confrontation between that student and his daughter.
Yeah.
Now,
I saw a similar one in Trinidad as well.
wait up Trinidad. What's Trinidad, eh? Gun, how does that benefit us?
Well, it's almost the same situation.
Similar
situation, but the guy went and actually hit the student.
What, boy?
So where should this man be behind bars? First of all,
They say they said that someone is cooperating.
He lock up
with the police.
He lock up.
But I don't think there have been the last update I got was that there have been no charges yet.
Because they're probably still investigating. Right. But they need to check his phones if he did take a picture. And if he did take a picture, the student may have said that, listen.
But the student will be able to identify. All the other persons around would be able to identify who this person was.
Now, it must be, what can drive someone, much less a parent of that institution, to go to that school and threaten a student with gun? Good morning, caller. You're live.
Good morning. I don't think the parent should get locked up, but he should get a high fine and he should be forced to do community service at that school. Because he take anything too far. I understand emotions, Because when it comes to your children, nobody could tell about your children. Because, but here, what now? My daughter was hit by a boy in her school some years ago. And I went and tell the teachers, and then I said, look, what's going on? That boy hit my daughter and I need to have a meeting with the parents, and the parents refuse to have a meeting with me. So what I do? I bring Zara home. I say, Zara, if the boy is touch you again, punch him in the nose and don't stop until somebody pull you off. Because you're defending yourself at that point. And guess what happened? The boy touched my daughter and Zara mash him up and teacher pull him out. I said, Zara, she said, when I reach to 20, that's when the teacher pull me off. You know what me and Zara do? We went to Rita's and celebrate a victory. And off record, the principal called me off record and tell me thanks very much because they've been trying to reach out to the parents for so long to have a mediation process with the child, and the parents refuse. And children are a reflection of the parents. So when Zara bosses fail, that's when people start pulling people, children.
Wow.
Not condoning violence, but self-defense. You have to defend yourself. But as far as the parent is concerned, going there and threatening to shoot a child and taking a picture of a child.
Caller, if when you had told Zara to go and retaliate in that manner, that Zara was then on the receiving end of a serious beatdown, what would have happened? How would you have felt?
She would have been a lifeless for Zara. It is what it is. I mean, a lot of us now as parents, not downplaying the seriousness of bullying, but a lot of us just take it in and say bullying is too far. As kids, you have to grow up. You have to experience certain things. You have to get a slap in your face. You have to get a clout in your head. You have to get a laugh after your stupid shoes. Because you're not going to have the... No. But it's a reality, you know? It's an absolute reality. You're not gonna have the best shoes in the school. Me could buy a $10,000 shoes for my daughter, and somebody said that shoes they ugly, and she go feel bad about herself. It's me as a parent now have to psychologically prepare her for if somebody tell her what words. Don't let no words really dictate how you feel.
Okay, so caller, the point is, caller, you're not in agreement of the way the parent reacted. Right?
No, absolutely not.
And you think that instead of being given time in jail to sit down and spend some time and reflect on his actions, that he should be given community services?
Yes, he should be given community service, because when you go to community service at schools, and I did a lot of community service in my daughter's school. Matter of fact, it's required that the parents do X amount of community service in the schools up here before the child is allowed to graduate. My wife did some, and she forced me as the father to do some.
But in
And when
this
you get to know
situation, when I think about the child who was threatened, I don't know how would you feel if someone who's threatened you comes is in your school doing community service, at least not
you see,
so soon after.
Not so soon. Well, with that, that's a definitely
Okay.
that's a definite valuable point. But what should happen now? He should be forced to sit down with the child parents, his child, and apologize to the child and say, "Look, I spoke out of turn. It was a call for what I was talking out of
Okay.
emotion."
Let's turn it around. Let's turn it around, caller. Let's say that person came to Zara and approached Zara the same way, took a picture of Zara, and used threatening language with the gun.
He gone too far.
What would be your response?
At that point, being gone too far.
So,
really?
And I ain't gonna say what's gonna happen after that.
No community service?
No, at that point it gone too far.
But so it gone too far for Zara, but it ain't gone too far for somebody else, child.
No, Bing. At that point, he gone too far. Me personally.
So the person went too far? The parent?
Yeah, the parent after for me time he took a picture of the child
and
he gone too far.
And if that said parent had done the same thing to Zara, you would have been happy with that parent getting community service at Zara's school?
It would have been the best thing for them to intervene and force him to do community service. But
at Zara's school,
not
at Zara's school,
man.
At Zara's school.
Come on, nah, boy.
Boy, you see, Bing, you put me in a position there.
Exactly.
I'm trying, no, honestly, Bing, I trying to be the model citizen, and now you put me in a position there.
When is your children, bro?
Where I thinking could happen, I can't even say on the radio.
All right, buddy.
Exactly.
So you put me on the spot. So parents, if you're listening, you're gone too far. And parents, if y'all are listening, for protecting all the children, we have to really understand children will be children. Even if they have a little altercation, God, man, it is what it is. That's how I look at it, yo. I mean, them children gonna be children. You know what I mean? Being how much time you interfere with people children as a youth man because we know you the apparition.
I was operations.
Man, me don't do the apparitions on the radio, so I must be apparitions.
I'm going to threaten as an adult. I'm not going to threaten any child, much as you say. I'm going for my gun and anywhere I see you. If that is what happened, okay, I'm going for my gun.
Ask Miss Peter how much time Max Walker get licked in front of the whole school. Big up Mr. Vera. Mr. Vera had a strap.
All right, buddy. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Cool.
I don't know. This one is a very sticky situation.
And then to the other issue that this brings in to question is this issue of gun. Why does this parent feel it's necessary to say gun? Why gun? Good morning, God, your life.
Good morning, my brother.
Good morning, my brother.
I just called to say, brother Bing, this thing happened to a neighbor of mine, and I ain't going to say much from there. So maybe you could speak to her and find out really what is, because the matter is deeper than what is happening. But I want to say it's not just one child, it's happening to many other children. There's a serious problem with 12, 13, 14, 15, young as 9 and 10. And what is happening is that when you go to the authorities, literally they drag the foot on the matter. Pardon people. I've been warning them. If Mr. Hamilton and Bing, we are big men, if we find ourselves in a situation where we are interfering with children, police officers, whether it's Prime Minister, whether it's opposition leader, we have to have a system that people can be. And there's some people who feel, well, I'm Bing, close to the ruling party, and my children, or I could do something and get away. We have got to fix that problem because it's going to fester, it's getting worse. I've been talking to the the sexual offense unit. Ask Ms. Williams. I call them regular. I make recommendations. We need to sit down with our parents. We need to give back some authority to our teachers. We need to hold our ministry, our police to account.
All right.
But I'm only saying if we don't do that, Brother Bing, I'm saying it's going to get worse. It's time, Brother Bing, we get people in our country that understand that they're going wrong.
All right, thank you.
God bless you.
God bless you, my brother. Thank you very much. Yeah. Listen, we're going to take a quick break. We're going to come back, right? And I want to zero in a bit on the issue of guns. And it's now easy. You feel comfortable going into a primary school and saying to a primary school student, listen, I'm taking a picture of you and I'm going for my gun. And anywhere I see you, this is what's going to happen. Why are we so comfortable? Is it that gun is Mercy Committee, is that it? We can talk about that and more. Don't you move. Don't you dare move. All right? Let's take a quick break and come right back. OMG in the morning, baby. It's Thursday morning. Throwback Thursday.
Pulse Limited continues to provide the best quality stationery items in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Our line includes letter and legal size paper, file folders, pens, permanent markers, and envelopes. Our prices are unbeatably low, plus you get free and efficient delivery. We're located on Grenville Street in Kingstown, or you can call in your order at 784-451-2079 or 784-528-8000. Pulse, where your stationery needs are our priority.
It's time to do better. Beacon's Be Better Group Health Plan now offers new and improved options that make health insurance affordable for small to medium businesses. Good medical cover gives you a competitive edge and takes care of the people that take care of your business. Get a better plan to build a better business. Call BMC Agencies Limited or log on to beacon.co.tt for more info today.
Your vision is our mission at Quartz Optical. Shop today for 25% off plus free blue block. Plus, save up to 65% off our wide selection of designer sunglasses. With ready finance, pay nothing for 30 days. Book your free eye examination appointment at www.quartzoptical.com. Your vision is our mission. Only at Quartz Optical. Value you can see. Conditions apply. See in store for details.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, side it up, underline. Easy wins with Easy wins.
Get the easy summer vibes with over $70,000 in cash and prizes. Just top up $10 or more. Activate a prepaid plan, switch to Flow, or bundle your home services to get your share of $70,000 in cash, data, Samsung Galaxy devices, shopping vouchers, and more.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, side it up, under love. Easy wins with love.
No terms and conditions apply.
When you buy 5 sacks or more of Argo Cement at Careers Building Supply.
We have all endured the wait for 2 years.
I know you're feeling pain.
Now, our time is here for the masquerade, the sweet sounds of steel, a showcase of Kaiso and energy like no other at Sokomonar. St. Vincent and the Grenadines Carnival 2022, June 24th to July 5th. Vincy Mass, take nice again.
Tingo nice again, when I'm with my friends. Tingo party and never stop till the end of all in again.
Suspect say! In the schools and communities, children of the future, they depend on you. Report to the authorities, that's what you should do. You see the signs, do what's right, put a stop to child abuse. See, suspect say! Among friends and family.
Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered? Covered by a company owned by Vincentians that understands your unique insurance needs. At Metrosint General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrosint General Insurance Company.
Saturday, May 28th, join the celebration at Grateful Bomani. 20 years of ragga and soca. Make your way to the Sunset Shores Beach Hotel for a night of live performances from Bomani and special guests Luta, Fire Empress, Mansar, Kido, Chanel Mackenzie, Johnny Rebel, and more. All backed by the high-profile band and the musical ensemble. So come out and celebrate at Grateful Bomani. 20 years of ragga and soca. Saturday, May 28th at Sunset Shores Beach Hotel.
Win a treat for dad just by shopping at Corus Food Mart. Spend $40 or more. Write your dad or your contact information on entry form and place in box provided for an opportunity to win a treat for dad this Father's Day. First prize, day pass for 2 at Blue Lagoon Hotel. Second prize, dinner for 2 at Baystones Restaurant. Third prize, an icebox filled with drinks. Draw date 17 June 2022. Corus distribution terms and conditions apply.
Hello, Well, you done as your boy Casper G on Flight 1069. Boom, Soca Team. Don't play with it.
Too many guns in this town. Yeah, too many guns passing round. Too many guns in this town. Yeah, too many guns passing round. And every day you open the paper, all you read about is murder. Man, it's a shooting spree, but they don't worry me. Yes, this one have a gun, that one have a gun. Man, they can shoot each other for fun. And when the men kill the men, all that remain is women. It is then I don't have me fun. It is then I don't draw me gun. It is then I don't take the chance. Cause the only gun I got is the gun inside me. This one have a gun, that one have a gun. Man, they can shoot each other for fun. And when the men kill the men, all that remain is the men. It is then I don't have me fun. It is then I don't draw me gun. It is then I don't take the chance. I can kill them with romance. Too many guns in this town. Yeah, too many guns passing round. What has happened to the world today? Yeah, it's a funny thing to say. And every night on the television, mass murder in religion. Man, it is really sad, but the older world going mad. Yes, this one have a gun, that one have a gun. Man, they can shoot each other for fun. And when the men kill the men, all that remain is the men. It is then I'm gonna be fun. It is then I'm gonna draw me gun. It is then I'm gonna take the chance. Cause the only gun I got is the gun inside me. This one have a gun.
Juice time, Shady, juice time.
Get on board with the Boom Soca Team on Flight 1069.
But I couldn't help that one. It was mixing.
But it wasn't. I don't. How was he mixing juice?
You didn't hear?
I wasn't mixing anything.
Oh,
It was the
Shady,
end.
Shady
I
boy.
don't know what just
Shady
happened.
boy, Shady. We have to send you back mixing school, buddy. Send you back mixing school. We got some messages.
Yeah, first of all, we got to talk about Grateful. Yes.
Saturday
taking place
night.
on Saturday,
Yo.
we're celebrating with Bomani 20 years of raga.
If you ain't get tickets yet,
and soca in fine style. Yeah, you need to get. I mean, come on. If you ain't get tickets by now, what are you doing? What are you doing? with
you
yourself?
got to. You got to.
What are you doing? With
You know,
yourself?
when I realized this thing is going to be big, when I heard the way you carried on about this event.
I'm telling you.
You don't really rave about these
I am
things
so
the way
excited.
you carried on
I
about
can't
this.
wait.
man
I
event.
like this is Saturday. No, trust me, it's gonna be good, and you can experience it how you want to experience it, right? So you can do a full package, have a nice dinner, and then you move down to that area where you're gonna have
where the
some
pool
fun.
is gonna be covered and all of that.
Yes,
Yeah.
enjoy. I didn't hear that yesterday.
The pool is going to be covered.
He said that
I
yesterday?
specifically asked him about that. I
said on top
specifically
of the
asked him
pool,
about
bro.
that yesterday morning. I said,
It's
will the
on top
pool
of the
be
pool.
covered? He said, yes.
It's a little
Dancing
scary for
area.
me. It's
Really?
a little scary for
Come
me.
on, you gotta round it.
I did it once, and I was nervous the whole time. I'm very clumsy. Okay, I'm accident prone, so these things
Shady,
happen to me.
You did tell me that.
Anyway, and they're gonna be guest appearances by some names that you're familiar
Busy
with,
Tone?
and they're gonna bring the vibe and the energy.
Busy Tone going to be there?
Of course, Luther,
Busy Tone did it. I go, oh, Busy
Fire
Tone.
Empress,
You're saying that Busy Tone.
Madzat, Chanel, Johnny Rebel, Keto, and more. So you can look out for those artists as well on Saturday night. And you can look forward to your semi-inclusive package if that's what you prefer, which is for $150, and the fully inclusive one with the dinner and the show and dance, that is for $200.
Mhm.
If you're looking for just general admission, you just wanna go in and you go sort yourself out,
Mhm.
general tickets are just $60. And for what you're getting, like the kind of entertainment you're getting, $60 is, I mean, it's a
That's
steal.
nothing. Yeah, that's nothing.
It's a steal.
And it's not tracks, it's full band.
It's a band
Full
event.
band.
It's a
Full
band event.
with horns and everything.
It's a band event.
Yeah.
It's a band. So if you know you love your live band music, you need to be at
Sunset shows on Saturday nights
Thank
for Grateful.
Yes.
Yeah.
Make sure you're there.
Yeah.
All right. So we also got to tell you about something that's going down on the 28th and 29th of May. You can experience Sundown Cinema, see movies as they're meant to be seen on a giant 25-foot outdoor screen. And they're going to be transforming the grammar school playing field into a mega outdoor event. I could just see it now. I think it's going to be really nice. And so you can bring along the whole family. Of course, food and drinks will be on sale. They're going to be roasting a pig. They're going to have their popcorn available, ice cream, and many more snacks. Gate opens at 5:30 p.m. and the movie starts 6:30 p.m. You can get your tickets in advance at Irie Travel. Contact them on Instagram at sundowncinema.svg. You can WhatsApp them at 593-6316. Also, if you're looking for your vitamin C, your head and shoulder shampoo, the whatever stuff Bing uses
It's dummy. It's
in
Steve
life
Aoki
and
and
all of
Grand
them
Connell.
things, you can check out Pharmacy Plus because you can get that all at affordable prices. I know you
thing in
guys
the-
would appreciate the affordable
the blue thing.
prices. Well, they say you don't need it to be affordable because you get some kind of money. I don't know what they're talking about. Eh? So check out Pharmacy Plus if you need them at affordable prices. Pharmacy Plus is located on Egmont Street, open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. and on Saturday, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. Only your friends will do that to you. Only your friends.
I get it.
And you can also make the switch to Flow today for free. And you get to keep your number, plus enjoy 24 gigs of island-wide LTE data. Terms and conditions apply. Flow is keeping you connected.
So why is guns when a parent, allegedly that is, that's what we're hearing, why would a parent feel so comfortable to go to a primary school and threaten a primary school student with gun? Why are we so comfortable with gun? And who will take the responsibility now? Who should take the responsibility? Go on.
When you're
Shoot the shot.
posing with guns and you kind of get like
So we're saying
when you're posing with guns on social media and it's just a pat on the back, you kind of get.
You get a pat. You get a Morsi committee thing now.
Right. So what?
When the Morsi committee,
like that.
which is chaired by the Prime Minister, can release a young lady who's posing on social media with gun, then are we too comfortable? And who's responsible? I remember once they were saying that is Randolph Toussaint and James Mitchell responsible for guns and drugs. You don't believe me, Shady? I put something into play. Play it for me, please. Who's responsible for the guns coming in the country? Go ahead, play it, Shady.
You have drugs. When the NDP came to power, you had no prosecutions for cocaine. In fact, in 1986, Randolph Toussaint, Commissioner of Police, said, there's no cocaine problem. We see what the situation is like now. There are a lot of cocaine jumbies, cocaine mules, and so on and so forth. And all this thing has happened on the watch of Randolph Toussaint as Commissioner of Police and James Mitchell as Minister of National Security. So that when you call James Mitchell name, when you call Toussaint name, you associate them in historical terms with the tremendous growth of cocaine and drugs in this country, in the sense that they have the responsibility to stop the drug coming in. If they do not stop the cocaine coming in, it has to be their fault because they're in charge of the security arrangements so to do. And one of the first responsibilities of any serious government is to provide proper security for its citizens. So that's one issue. Insofar as the interdiction of illegal drugs, in particular cocaine, we have to involve the British, the Americans, and the Canadians, and the French, which are the powers which possess the capacity to police these waters much more capably than we can do, and to coordinate a great deal more, and to have a commissioner of police who can instill confidence in the fight against drugs and in the promotion of law and order. You were asking me also about other problems. There's the issue of, as we put it, the Labour MNU unity say enough respect for Vincent Jones. Mitchell and the NDP say no respect for Vincent Jones. We have in this country a level of disorder and this lack of discipline which would make persons of our generation and older simply amazed. NDP has an approach, and Mitchell, you let things fall down, you travel here and there all over the world, get some projects of doubtful benefit like the Otley Hall project, the Canon project, and you call that George. He doesn't have confidence in the people.
Hold on.
It's a lot going on there. Hold on. Wheel, that's what's supposed to get a wheel.
Wait that. Caller, good morning, caller.
Good morning,
Morning.
And company.
Morning.
Yeah. But when you watch what's going on in St. Vincent, it is guns of all descriptions. You could say, for instance, woman brandishing her gun, man pulling out his gun, and it got handgun, shotgun, long gun. You could go on naming the amount of styling of gun we have here. And in particular, it seems as though we're making them here or what? Because it appears though you have more guns in St. Vincent now than bananas or Tanyas or Dasheen. All of your town now is gone.
All right.
And we have Gun Hill. We have a village in St. Vincent named Gun Hill. And then we got Gun Monroe. And I believe the gun and them that is in St. Vincent need to be solved by a gun solve.
We also have a gun sales problem. Thank you, caller. Thank you. We have a gun sales problem as well too. Yeah. We have gun problem.
See you?
What?
You're in so much trouble. For going and where you even find that?
The point is, because I want nobody say being lie, I fabricated things. Shady played things. The man said, Mitchell.
Talk about something coming back to bite you.
Mitchell
in the so and so.
Mitchell, they're flying all over the place, getting a few projects.
Where's our prime minister?
Shady, please.
Hey, where's our prime minister?
Hold on. Shady,
where's our PM right now?
Shady, plenty thing. Not my voice. You ain't gonna hear, not me. I didn't say it. Shady, who said it? What I said? Pull on the music, Shady.
And to have a commission of police who can instill confidence in the fight against drugs and in the promotion of law and order. You were asking me also about other problems. There's the issue of, as we put it, the Labour MNU unity say enough respect for Vincent Jones. Mitchell and the NDP say no respect for Vincent Jones. We have in this country a level of disorder and this lack of discipline which would make persons of our generation and older simply amazed. NDP has an approach, and Mitchell, you let things fall down, you travel here and there all over the world.
Hold on.
Get some projects of doubtful benefit like the Otley Hall project.
Who support project?
Hold on.
Call that George.
Doesn't have confidence in the people.
Hold on. Wait that. Who say me when I didn't say that? I said when I said what I said and I don't remember what I said. Good morning, caller.
Hey, good morning, Bing. Good morning.
Morning.
I'm Bing. The background music overpowered everything what you're trying to convey to us this morning.
Okay.
I'm calling from Florida.
From Florida. Okay, we'll have Shady fix that. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, buddy.
Background music, you can hear it. You can't hear
All right.
it.
Thank you.
Each and everyone.
All right, we'll fix that. It's now time for us to jump into. Where is he? Is he backstage yet? Council's there, is it?
He's gonna be with us shortly.
All right. Well,
and we still have a break to run, so that's
okay.
good
So
now.
let's take a quick break and come right back. We got Council coming up right next for you.
Oh, it's so sweet right now.
What is wrong with you? You horrible person.
Where you find that? Where did you find
Not
that?
me. Leave me here, please.
You're in so much trouble.
I love trouble. You should know that by now.
I know you're happy today's Thursday. That's why you bring us on a Thursday, because you don't work tomorrow.
Let's take this quick break and come right back. OMG, when we come back, we got our Council. Don't you move, all right?
Pulse Limited continues to provide the best quality stationery items in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Our line includes letter and legal size paper, file folders, pens, permanent markers, and envelopes. Our prices are unbeatably low.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, side it up on the line. Easy wins with Easy wins.
Catch the easy summer vibes with over $70,000 in cash and prizes. Just top up $10 or more. Activate a prepaid plan, switch to Flow, or bundle your home services to get your share of $70,000 in cash, data, Samsung Galaxy devices, shopping vouchers, and more.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, side it up on the line. Easy wins with Flow.
Low terms and conditions apply.
With you. It's probably not what you expected from a bank, but we're not just any bank. We're the People's Bank.
St. Vincent Cooperative Bank.
Your penny bank, and so much more. For more information, call us at 456-189.
We have all endured the wait for 2 years.
I know you're feeling pain.
Now, our time is here for the masquerade, the sweet sounds of steel, a showcase of Kaiso and energy like no other at Soca Monarch. St. Vincent and the Grenadines Carnival 2022, June 24th to July 5th. Vincy Mass, take nice again.
Tingo nice again, when I'm with my friends, we go party and never stop till we end up all in again.
Or even by the sling.
A sling of cement? Like a whole sling? That's not like 35 sacks?
Yes, a sling! 35 sacks of Argo cement could be yours when you buy 5 sacks or more of Argo cement at Careers Building Supplies, Ace Hardware, Ace 2 Honnesville, Ace 3 Pembroke, and Diamond Woods. Join the winning team today when you buy 5 or more sacks of Argo cement at Careers Hizzles. Careers Hizzles.
Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered by a company owned by Vincentians that understands your unique insurance needs? At Metrosint General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrosint General Insurance Company.
Good medical cover gives you a competitive edge and takes care of the people that take care of your business. Get a better plan to build a better business. Call BMC Agencies Limited or log on to beacon.co.tt for more info today.
General Hardware still has the best prices on steel, lumber, and plywood. So go on, compare prices. And if by chance you find a better price, no stress. Just talk to the General and they will beat that price plus give you special priority delivery. Yes, General Hardware offers free island-wide delivery on most purchases, so you never have to worry about getting your goods on site on time. Plus, shopping at General Hardware is a pleasant experience with friendly, knowledgeable staff always ready to serve. What more could you wish for, huh? So come to General Hardware for proper service, lowest prices, free delivery, and see why nobody beats the General. Nobody.
Plain talk. Plain talk with JomoThomas.
So much things to say right now.
All you talk now.
On OMG.
All right, well, it's time now to get in the Council with us. He's there. Council, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Good morning to you.
Hey, morning.
Morning. How are you?
I'm good. You said you wanted to talk about something from yesterday, so let's go.
Can't remember. I don't even remember what I talked about this morning, Council.
I can't help either.
I honestly
Blind
don't remember.
leading the blind.
You know, so many conversations be going on. I
What was it?
really, I know I said something, but I can't remember what it was.
All right. Things nice again.
We
I saw
jamming?
you all had that. I saw you all had that ad as a lead-in. Well, Danielle.
I'm afraid of where these conversations go.
Things nice again. Things nice again. Carnival in the air. A woman in front and a man behind. Bet your life. Look, how are we living with ourselves? How are we living ourselves? Was it you who said it, or a Slider who said that we have a Gonzalez problem?
Hello, leave me, please. Leave me here, please.
Because that's, that sounds like a calypso, I go write it and give one of them men to sing. We have a Gonzalez problem. Look, things nice again, and you have hundreds of intentions swing you for your irrational, unreasonable, illegal policies, and you don't think that in a spirit of mercy, if you want to call it that, in a spirit of goodwill, in a spirit of comradeship and brotherhood, that you would say, look, the facts, if ever the facts were with us, they have abandoned us. The law was never with us, and we have a clearer understanding now with all of these rulings coming out of India, the United States, court allowing here in St. Vincent the chance to judicial review an action, the filing of a constitutional case where 256 Vincentians are saying you acted illegally, and you're telling us that things nice again as government policy, and you're preparing and allowing for mass activity on the streets for Carnival. You're advertising the dates. You said that a scaled down carnival is not a carnival, it's an event. And you're still punishing Vincentians. And things nice again. Things nice for whom? For whom are things nice? And then people like you need to raise your voice, People like you need to raise your voice. People like Danielle and Shady and Mario and other people on radio need to raise your voice and say, this irrational action of the government of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, led by Ralph Gonzalez, the man who has solved all of the problems, the man who has corrected all of the historical wrongs, ought to come to a conclusion that this historical wrong must be corrected and not be pig-headed and foolish and decide that you are going to go down with this bad policy. And all of that, what I just said, just came from looking at your lead-in. Things nice again. How could things be nice? I have seen teachers who said that they put on excessive weight. I've seen public servants who said that they have started drinking. I've seen public workers who come to my office and say that things are so bad with them and their family because it's 6 months now, 7 months now that they have not received a salary. And you advertising to the world that we have the biggest, baddest, hottest carnival in the Caribbean, and you can't think of, and you swear that you're a good Catholic and you're young in spirit, so you're going to wind up for Carnival Monday and Tuesday. Your wife tell you you're young, so we know we seen you on the street Monday and Tuesday, and you can't think that you would allow Vincentian workers, public workers, nurses, teachers, policemen to get some money in their pocket, and you're telling the country and the world that things nice, and you're telling us to come? Nah. Things nice for you. things nice for you because you solved the problems that you may have so that your doctors could tell you you're young and your wife can affirm that you're young. But things ain't nice for the vast majority of Vincentians who suffer from serious stress and difficulties as a result of your actions. Until you solve that problem, the problem in St. Vincent is increasingly becoming a Gonsalves problem. And maybe the people of St. Vincent need to pay closer and closer attention to that problem and find ways to remove it from our body politic. That's my take for this morning.
Wow. That's your take this morning. Shady, play me that thing. Pull out the music a little bit, not too much, so I can have the council, the honorable council, respond to this and tell us, give us his take on it. Go ahead.
You have drugs. When the NDP came to power, you had no prosecutions for cocaine. In fact, in 1986, Randall Toussaint, Commissioner of Police, said, there's no cocaine problem. We see what the situation is like now. There are a lot of cocaine jumbies, cocaine mules, and so on and so forth. And all this thing has happened on the watch of Randall Toussaint as Commissioner of Police, and James Mitchell as Minister of National Security. So that when you call James Mitchell name, when you call Toussaint name, you associate them in historical terms with the tremendous growth of cocaine and drugs in this country, in the sense that they have the responsibility to stop the drugs coming in. If they do not stop the cocaine coming in, it has to be their fault because they're in charge of the security arrangements so to do. And one of the first responsibilities of any serious government is to provide proper security for its citizens. So that's one issue. Insofar as the interdiction of illegal drugs, in particular cocaine, we have to involve the British, the Americans, and the Canadians, and the French, which are the powers which possess the capacity to police these waters much more capably than we can do, and to coordinate a great deal more, and to have a commissioner of police who can instill confidence in the fight against drugs and in the promotion of law and order. You were asking me also about other problems. There's the issue of, as we put it, the Labour MNU unity say enough respect for Vincentians. Mitchell and the NDP say no respect for Vincentians. We have in this country a level of disorder and this lack of discipline which would make persons of our generation and older simply amazed. NDP has an approach, and Mitchell, you let things fall down, you travel here and there all over the world, get some projects of doubtful benefit like the Otley Hall project, the Canawan project, and you call that George. He doesn't have confidence in the people.
Good counsel.
Yeah.
When you hear that recording of Prime Minister Gonsalves back then as leader of the opposition, what comes to mind?
Nothing.
He's saying that
I know what he said.
Former Prime Minister Sir James and former Commissioner of Police Toussaint is responsible for the problems of drugs and crime. Who should take the responsibility for guns and gun crimes right now?
And drugs?
I don't know. Watch. Bing. You see, that is the trap. That is the trap that politicians set up for themselves. And I remember saying time and time again, because of the way our society is, don't take no credit. Politicians should not take any credit. Police should not take any credit for the occasional fall in homicide or if the crime statistics show, because there are a number of variables that may explain why it rises or falls. You know, I don't know if the company is still there, but there was a company in the United States called Pottery Barn. Danielle, one of the shoppers, may be able to tell us.
Yes.
It's still there. Good. And their rule is that if you break it, you own it. Now, take that excerpt that you just played, and whenever Gonzalez says Mitchell, change it and say Gonzalez. Wherever Gonzalez said Toussaint, change it and say CJ. And see where it takes us. Because evidently, in this year alone, so far, we had 37 kilos in Union Island. We had 56 kilos in Fancy. We had 3.5 kilos in Sandy Bay. And those are the ones that I remember off the top of my head. So that's close to 100 kilos in less than 6 months. And those are the ones that happen to stick in the strainer. We don't know what seamlessly went through, because the strainer hold them real big.
Council, hold on. So let me just take you there. Come right back. Don't you move, all right? Let's go to the top and come right back. Station ID and come right back. Don't move, Council, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Soca Team Boom, we would like to welcome you on board Flight 1069. Mission, St. Vincent and the Grenadines Carnival.
Yo, King Baba the Rum King, representing for Flight 1069, SVG, Tony up, man! What we tell them?
When I call, give me boom! It's your boy Lucky on Flight 106.9 with the Boom Soca Team.
Yo, it's Gilly on Flight 1069. Boom, Soca Team. You know the vibe.
Late arrival! Yo! It's your boy V Fresh Cut. Boom Soca Team on Flight 106.9.
The use of all electronic devices and social media networking related to Flight Soca 1069 are welcome. Catch us on Instagram, Boom 1069, and Facebook 1069 Boom. Once again, welcome on board and enjoy Flight 1069 with the Boom Soca Team.
Somebody take me home, Somebody take me home, Somebody take me home, Somebody take me home. Hey. So many places in the world, so many beautiful things to see, but none of it compares to home. I'm from paradise, SPG, so from the hills to the mountains, high. Every man, every woman, every child. If you go to be Vinci, put your hands up high and let me hear you say, this island is mine. Jump and say, jump and say, jump and say, this island is mine. Jump and say, jump and say, jump and say, this island is mine.
Wait for me! Wait for me!
All right, so we're back inside, Dan, before we get back to Council.
Yes, we got to talk about some good food, and you can get that if you're in Brooklyn, New York, at Woodsy's Bar and Restaurant at 1133 Clarkson Avenue. You can get some delicious all-American burgers, rice and peas with chicken. You can get your steak. So make sure you check out Woodsy's Bar and Restaurant. It is now open to serve you in Brooklyn, New York. So make sure you check them out. And remember, on Saturday night, it is all about Grateful. We are heading to sunset shows. We are heading to sunset shows.
Council 2.
Yes, Council 2.
Yes.
Council, we just pulled you in to our family outing on Saturday night at Sunset Shores. We're going to be celebrating 20 years of Bomani being in the business. There's going to be great entertainment. If you're taking the fully inclusive package, I'm telling you, dinner is going to be exceptional. The menu is fantastic. If you just want to do a semi-inclusive package, you will enjoy that as well. And if you're just coming to enjoy the entertainment, you can get yourself your regular general tickets for just $60. But just make sure you're there on Saturday night at Sunset Shores to enjoy Grateful.
And the
with
biggest thing
Bomani
to me
and
is going to be
friends.
band music, not tracks. All right?
I just can't.
Let's go.
wait.
Council, back to you. Over back to you.
Yeah, I don't know what else to say with that. But there are so many statements that PM Gonzalez make that you see, like how you uncover this one. You should have one of these statements every morning. You only have to get a good archivist because Gonzalez is a master of rhetoric, and it's the way in which I wonder how is it that his supporters don't cringe a lot of times when they hear these things or see these things. I mean, take for example,
They're going to come to them and defend that.
And still defending, I
Yes,
seeing it here. Like, what? How?
take for example.
You're going to get upset with me for playing it.
Well, are we? Because
Yeah, take for example, the party when the ULP got into power in 2001. It said it would offer integrity legislation in 100 days. The party is now in power for 100 years, and they have not brought integrity legislation to the parliament. And sometimes when we look at what is happening, we wonder why. Because you see, if you have integrity legislation and you have to make annual declarations, or you have to make occasional declarations on your assets, so you have to show how you are spending or living or upkeeping the means or your lifestyle. You know, in big countries they have like lifestyle auditors. If somebody look at Bing Joseph and they say, but they ain't gonna look at Bing Joseph. Men, they have a lot of money, so they ain't gonna look at it. But you know, other people, they look at them and they say, well, boy, he had this nice car. I see build a house up there. Maybe do an audit on him so that he could explain how he gets it. If we have those kind of things, maybe some other people may be in a lot of trouble, and consequently, that may explain why, after promising integrity legislation, the Prime Minister came back subsequently and said, well, you know, there are sufficient laws on the books to deal with these kind of problems. But things nice again. You know, there's this Trinidadian calypsonian called Valentino. He had a classic calypso. Trinidad is nice. Trinidad is a paradise. I don't know if maybe some of you are too young. All of you in the studio there may be too young to know it. Maybe too young to even know who Valentino is. But that song, Trinidad is nice. Trinidad is a paradise. We could move Trinidad in the same way in which we could move Mitchell and say Gonzalez, and in the same way in which we could move Toussaint and say Colin John. It is the same way we could move Trinidad and put St. Vincent. But in the song, Valentino was saying Trinidad is nice. Trinidad is a paradise. But you say it ain't nice. And it ain't a paradise for the vast majority of Trinbogadians, you know. Trinbogade. You know, he said it was nice for a small little elite. And that's the same way it is in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Same way it is. So, what are we going to do?
All right.
That's sad.
What must us do?
What can us do?
Kangzu, thank you very much for the interesting one again this morning. We catch you on Monday morning on God's willing, all right?
Until we meet again, St. Vincent nice. Things nice again in Vinci.
Play your Mars, have a time.
All right. Good. Until we meet again.
Cool. The question is, given the recent pardoning by the Mercy Committee to send home to take this young lady out of prison after a couple days and sending her home for brandishing a Glock 9. Shady, I said it right because you didn't tell me the kind of gun it there. On Facebook. After she was investigated, taken to court, found guilty. I wonder how does the police feel? The police who would have done their investigation, how they're feeling after the hard investigative work to take that matter to court. How does that magistrate feel after you did that? After you sentenced that person, after you spoke in your sentencing about how serious a matter it is? How do you feel, Madam Magistrate, to know that your decision was just taken like that and flipped on its head? Do we have a gun problem in SVG? Do we have a gun sales problem in SVG? Call us now and have your say 451-1069.
Calm down, father.
It's gun sales, the chairman of the music. Good morning, caller, your life. Good morning.
Morning, but people shouldn't be surprised if 3 policemen could beat a little boy senselessly and burn him on his private part. Police officers get arrested, found guilty in court, got fired, and they got their jobs back in the police force. So what more could you expect? If Arthur Sam could get fired after 30 years in the service, what more could you expect? When John, the guy John in Diamond got shot, and justice was served. If you think 8 days was bad, imagine if that Senator Morgan was found guilty. They wouldn't even take 8 days, man. The Mercy Committee would have met in an hour and a half and come back with mercy, man. Have a good day.
Thank you, caller. 451-1069.
Yay. It's spicy.
Yay.
But how do they arrive at deciding they're gonna grant mercy to a person?
Should I play the recording again for you? That's how. Good morning, caller, your life.
Good morning, Bing. Good morning, the book family. On the topic of what that fella just said, what happened to CJ Week, the little youth man that was run over and was killed, and those officers were never off their job, still had their job and so forth. These are the kind of things. Last night I was listening to a radio program where I don't normally listen to that radio program, but where the guys, the hostess was talking about how the country is going so good and the opposition is talking and preaching about crimes and civilians, and they're the one who are making crimes happen. I was like, so, is this so real? Wow. Is this so real? Wow. And these are the kind of things we are listening to.
Sure you heard right?
Wow. I am telling you. And that's why I don't listen to these programs to those other stations. I rather listen to Boom and Extreme, where the natural thing is coming from. Because you guys have a morning program every time that comes through. And when you listen to what is what, we have to thank God we have somebody who's really bringing the facts to the front.
Thank you, my brother. Thank you. When you think about what is alleged to have taken place yesterday, where a parent can feel comfortably going into a classroom and taking a picture of a student and threatening that student with gun violence. The Mercy Committee met and released a woman who on Facebook, not in America, not from a movie, from up in Park Hill, up the name. What kind of meeting the Mercy Committee had? A rum meeting?
That's what.
Huh? Is that a rum meeting, Shady? Shady, play the song. Is a rum meeting the Mercy Committee? Everybody had to be drunk.
Funny, why are you making me laugh about
everybody
this?
had to be drunk in the Mercy Committee meeting. Mercy Committee. Where they had? Caller, good morning, your life.
Good
Thank you. The Badman, the morning to the Boom family. I heard Margaret was reading last night, and she from the I believe it's extract from the Constitution. For us to get more seats from the Multi Committee, the public has to have an interest. It has to be and public interest is like you want to take away big land. You have to show where the public interest. You know what I mean? To justify. Just so. I want to know what was the public interest in granting more to that woman. That is those and there's a whole range of other things that Margaret read out. Yeah, you see why you had to call Margaret the Queen of Talk Radio? Trust me, I have no other person and no discredit to you, Council, has educated me as much as how Margaret did last night and that program last night. And for me, this guy who went to the school and maybe gun threat, if he didn't have any gun, maybe the Multi Committee could also, because he didn't create a crime. You know what I mean? Well, I should say that is in my opinion. And maybe when they take them to court, this might be another case to the Multi Committee, because I can't see how you could go and want to threaten 11-year-old children with guns and that kind of thing, if it is true. But so this is another one for the Multi Committee. You know what happened then? I'm so happy that all these things are unfolding, that you all could see. The wicked ruler and the wicked things they've done in this country, and everybody will want to fold their hands and they will want to change to bigger big and tear down bigger big say anything about the mistreatment that is done to people in this country. You know things Simlins has become a very, very, very sad place for us to live now. And I'm telling you, I am feeling just like how Christelle said. She feels unsafe, so me start to feel unsafe in this country. Ralph Gonzalez, which as much as you want. My friend Sir James and Toussaint was held responsible for according to Ralph, for the importation of coke. All these guns and all these violence has to be laid. Because they're talking about a decade later after Ralph Gonzalez has taken up in this country. He has to be the one. After 21 years, anything at all now, he can't blame no NDP for this. This crap that we are reaping right now, this is Ralph Gonzalez and ULP crap. Nobody else have no hand in this. It's 21 years later. So all these cocaine, guns, violence and everything, laid squarely at the feet of Ralph Gonzalez and ULP. God, my brother, you take care. I love you all so much, and I like the seriousness. I love the seriousness. That Boom will, Bing might want to be funny at times, but it is the seriousness of the messages that coming out. And this program here, where you see I tune to be listening to Boom in the morning, and then around about mid-morning or so, later in the morning, I will listen to Nice Radio. This thing going on in this country has to stop.
You have drugs. When the NDP came to power, you had no prosecutions for cocaine. In fact, in 1986, Randall Toussaint, Commissioner of Police, said, there's no cocaine problem. We see what the situation is like now. There are a lot of cocaine jumbies, cocaine mules, and so on and so forth. And all this thing has happened on the watch of Randall Toussaint as Commissioner of Police and James Mitchell as Minister of National Security. So that when you call James Mitchell name, when you call Toussaint name, you associate them in historical terms with the tremendous growth of cocaine and drugs in this country, in the sense that they have the responsibility to stop the drug coming in. If they do not stop the cocaine coming in, it has to be their fault, because they're in charge of the security arrangements so to do. And one of the first responsibilities of any serious government is to provide proper security for its citizens. So that's one issue. Insofar as the interdiction of illegal drugs, in particular cocaine, we have to involve the British, the Americans, and the Canadians, and the French, which are the powers which possess the capacity to police these waters much more capably than we can do, and to coordinate a great deal more, and to have a commission of police who can instill confidence in the fight against drugs and in the promotion of law and order. You were asking me also about other problems. There's the issue of, as we put it, the Labour MNU unity say enough respect for Vincentians. Mitchell and the NDP say no respect for Vincentians. We have in this country a level of disorder and this lack of discipline which would make persons of our generation and older simply amazed. NDP has an approach, and Mitchell, you let things fall down, you travel here and there all over the world, get some projects of doubtful benefit like
Cuban
the
Venezuela
project, the Canawan project,
fuel,
and you call that George. He doesn't have confidence in the people.
Good morning. Yo, them fellas having some serious rub meeting, eh? Oh, Lord, 4511069. Dan?
You have a break. I just want
Have a
to
break.
remind you
Let's
that you have
take
a
the
break.
break. Let's
soon,
take the
all
break.
right?
Let's take the break. All right. Hey, what are you doing? What are you doing in the Mossy Committee, Shady, before we take the break? In the Mossy Committee, even in cabinet.
When I say by the bar, nobody don't bother me. When I say by the bar, nobody don't bother me. I want to see me and my friends talking. Oh Lord, we having a rum meeting. Oh Lord, I want to see me and the girls living by the bar. We having a rum meeting. Bartender mix me. Put a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of Hennessy and Johnny Walker Black, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of strong rum straight and the...
Hey, let's go back to the phone line before we take one more. Good morning, caller. You're live.
Hey, morning, Bing. I changed my mind from what I call this morning. No. The man should get changed. No, because I half work and me and my daughter driving to school and we listen to the program and my daughter make a very valid point. She say if the parent they had a gun, he would have shoot them right then and there. And he'll have me he make me process the whole thing differently, Jed. You know what I'm saying? And then me as a father, if somebody protect my daughter, me have to protect my daughter at all costs, so my daughter is my obligation.
Right.
So something deeper have to happen, Jed. And I kinda I ain't gonna say I'm glad it happened, but I'm glad it happened that we having this discussion. So we could try to prevent these things from happening. Because society in St. Vincent seems to be a reactive society and not a proactive society. So we need to analyze certain things and we have to pay very close attention to mental health because a lot of people take mental health for granted. Nobody don't know what kind of frustration the father was going through that he have to react in such a way. And in my opinion, he went way, way, way too far. Because like my daughter said, if he had a gun from here at that time,
Wow.
it would have been a different story.
How old is your daughter?
14.
Wow. Okay.
14. Me and my daughter just have some serious dialogue. And a lot of people afraid to have dialogue with the children. And my relationship between my daughter and me is not a master-slave relationship. A lot of people, parents are the masters, the children are the slave. My daughter could talk to me about anything and tell me, Daddy, you're wrong. Daddy, be quiet, I'm talking. Daddy, now your turn. You know what I'm saying? And my daughter, like I told you, my daughter was bullied before and she come and talk to me about it. And me tell my daughter, don't bully people. And my daughter, I strengthen my daughter psychologically. Because one of the main things as children, peer pressure. And when people start to crack joke, when stuff for you, me as a man love crack joke. And me just crack joke for my daughter at home, so my daughter to understand his words. Me tell my daughter, Zara, you're ugly. She get vexed. When she room and cry. When she don't cry, she say, Zara, do you really believe you're ugly? She say, no. Just say, why you let my words tell you you're ugly? Somebody tell you you're ugly, just say, okay. That's why people go say Max Walker do this. Me say okay. Max Walker does bowl. Me say okay.
All right, okay. Hold it. Okay, buddy. We're gonna take a break. All right, thank you. Let's take a quick break and come right back.
Protect the children. Yeah. Don't be afraid to speak out. Teach the kids their rights. Physical
you can win when you top it up, switch it up, side it up on the love. Easy wins with love. Easy wins.
Get the easy summer vibes with over $70,000 in cash and prizes. Just top up $10 or more. Activate a prepaid plan, switch to Flow, or bundle your home services to get your share of $70,000 in cash, data, Samsung Galaxy devices, shopping vouchers, and more.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, side it up on the love. Easy wins with love.
Low terms and conditions apply.
Value, get cash.
Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered? Covered by a company owned by Vincentians that understands your unique insurance needs. At Metrosint General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrosint General Insurance Company.
Performance place and box provided for an opportunity to win a treat for dad this Father's Day. First prize, day pass for 2 at Blue Lagoon Hotel. Second prize, dinner for 2 at Baystones Restaurant. Third prize, an ice box.
We have all endured the wait for 2 years.
I know you're feeling pain.
Now, our time is here for the masquerade, the sweet sounds of steel, a showcase of Kaiso and energy like no other at Sokomonar. St. Vincent and the Grenadines Carnival 2022, June 24th to July 5th. Vincy Bass, take nice again.
Tingo nice again, when I'm with my friends, we go party and never stop till we end up all in again. Go party and never stop till we end up all in again.
Saturday, May 28th, join the celebration at Grateful Bomani. 20 years of ragga and soca. Make your way to the Sunset Shores Beach Hotel for a night of live performances from Bomani and special guests Luta, Fire Empress, Mansar, Kido, Chanel Mackenzie, Johnny Rebel, and more. All backed by the high-profile band and the musical ensemble. So come out and celebrate at Grateful Bomani. 20 years of ragga and soca. Saturday, May 28th at Sunset Shores Beach Hotel.
Not all heroes wear capes. Celebrate her this Mother's Day and all month long at Courts. Superheroes need furniture to rest, appliances to fuel up, and even laptops and phones to stay connected. Save on these items and more. Shop today with no cash. Pay nothing for 60 days. Find everything you need for your supermom. Only at Courts, bringing value home. Offer ends 31st of May. Conditions apply.
Always be sure you settle for more. Get up to 35% off Beacon's fully comprehensive vehicle insurance and still cover a whole lot more. Enjoy higher discounts and better coverage for any kind of vehicle, car, SUV, or pickup with free loss of use, windscreen cover, and special perils. To sign up, call BMC Agencies Limited at 457-1066 or log on to beacon.co.tt and settle for more today.
Higher education is a must for your future. UE Open Campus is in touch, no more than ever. We offer programs of quality, affordability, online, on-site, on demand. From undergraduate to PhD, fulfill your dreams, acquire your degree. At Open Campus, come in and see us. At UE Open Campus, your success is a must.
Apply today. Visit our website at www.open.uwi.edu. You can call us at 456-1183.
This is Flight 1069, Destination Vincy Max with the Boom Soca team.
My girl, let's work. So she wind up the body and work. Social network. Y'all link me pa WhatsApp. From she link, she no stop chat. Tell me say she want wine pa me fat. She said the signal would me have the hot spot and her favorite position. Say she want it all night, she no lock shop. Go down pan her head, she have that black bad girl. She had 21 in a cash pot. But she open up the scene like a laptop. Me want see me tell her we drop top. Disturb the neighbors, them no stop knock. Me a work, but no stop rock. From say gal is sting me have that black. I saw me pull over girl like a top cup. Squeeze me girl, cause you dead like a nut nut. In your brace, catch it up and you want that. She give me all what she got in the all night whining. Y'all me love how you wine for the thing. All night whining. Me loving the vibe where you bring. All night whining. So when you bubble it until in the all night whining. Late night or early morning. Y'all clip slip on IG. I'm not for purchase, can't buy me. Big madam boat tell her try me. Come on a bedroom bully. No girl, no we're in the world, no criticize me. Good a black American or even Chinese. Anyway the turf step, girl a find me. 18 or older. Any girl step to the turf, me a go require ID. And then I tell me say me wicked and me wily. Sexy cute girl, me love off the slyly. Come on a girl is from birth, hot girl alone find me. In the all night whining. Y'all me love how you wine for the thing. All night whining. Loving the vibe where you bring. All night whining. So when you bubble it until in the all night whining. Late night or early morning. Y'all link me pa WhatsApp. From she link, she no stop chat. Tell me say she want wine pa me fat. She said the signal would me have the hot spot and her favorite position. Say she want it all night, she no lock shop. Go down pan her head, she have that black bad girl. She had 21 in a cash pot. Love how she open up the scene like a laptop. Me want see we tell her we drop top. Disturb the neighbors, them no stop knock. Me a work, but no stop rock. When you say gal is sting, me have that black. I saw me pull over.
Time to connect with the most loved man on radio. Sir Lancelot is in the building.
It's now time for us to be joined by Mr. Weeks. Standing by for 5511069. It's now time for Mr. Weeks, so don't call if you're not Mr. Weeks, all right? Your mic.
In the meantime, let me tell you about Flow, and you can enjoy. Where is it? You can enjoy. What's happening to my microphone? All right. Free days are Sundays when you activate a 3, 7, or 30-day combo plan Monday through Saturday. Enjoy free gigs of data to use as you want on Sunday. Dial *129# on number sign to activate the plan that's right for you.
All right. Let's see if we got Mr. Weeks on the line. Good morning. Is this Mr. Weeks?
Yes,
Hi. Okay. Good morning to you.
Morning, Mr. Weeks.
Sir.
Morning.
How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How about you this morning?
I am good.
Is it raining in your neck of the woods?
Not really. You knew it wasn't raining where you live.
Well, I don't know if the general area is like that, so I don't know. I can't say. Yeah. Shady, say good morning to Mr. Weeks now.
We live on the coast,
Shady.
you know.
Morning, Mr. Weeks.
Shady, morning. I have two messages to you, Shady.
Shady
I
get
one
worried.
from my friend the first, who says that you guys have to determine whether you want to hear talk or play music. In other words, the music is so loud that they don't hear the talk.
Okay, that's one. The other one is for Shady.
The other one is from me.
Okay.
I just wondering if it's because Pastor not coming on today. Or he played that particular selection.
Which one? The last?
Shady is being who told you to play it.
Which one is that?
The rum meeting?
The rum meeting? No, I told him to play the rum meeting.
Okay, what's that?
The one he played just before I came up. It sounds like a remix of
Yes.
Tiny Wine.
Busy Signal remix. What's the name of that song, Shady?
Busy Signal. Okay.
I know the song, but when I heard it, I said, "Okay, that's a remix."
Yeah, it's a remix.
But the original song,
like a Tiny Wine remix.
Yes, it's Tiny Wine remix, right? Yeah. Okay. Good. Oh, Mr. Weeks, how you pick that up? You ain't supposed to know all them songs, eh? You was pretending, oh, large boy, can't get with nothing with you. How are you this morning? What are we dealing with this morning?
I am good. Did I say good morning to Danielle? Good morning, Danielle.
Morning, Mr. Weeks.
To the listeners, good morning. Sorry, Bing.
That's okay. Yes, so I was
You were
saying,
asking a question.
what are we coming with this morning?
You tell me.
But the last time you were on, you said that you wanted to deal with budgeting. The next time that you come back on.
The milieu that we have at this body, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
If it's an appropriate environment.
Sure, that's correct.
Kind of discussion.
That's correct. That's not appropriate.
Yes,
I agree.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think it would all get lost.
Mm-hmm. So you want to deal with guns or gun salves? That's me being funny.
I leave that to you, Bing. Don't you think you're doing a good job?
I couldn't help myself with that one, Mr. Weeks.
Do you think you're doing a good job so far?
With what? Guns or gun salves?
Both of them.
Do you think we have a gun problem in St. Vincent, Mr. Weeks?
We have a violent problem in St. Vincent.
Okay.
Yeah, and unfortunately, guns are becoming more and more prevalent in these crimes because they are available in the United States, where you have 330 million persons in the population. I'm told that you have 390 guns owned by individuals. And as you guys said this morning, an 18-year-old can walk into a store and buy guns. So the immigrants who are there from St. Vincent and Trinidad and from Jamaica and Barbados, they can buy guns too. Or if they can't buy it, they can get other persons to buy it. And they can find ways, and they do find ways to get them into these stuff. I agree with you that we have too many guns in the country. We have to deal with the violent nature, man. A problem with a child, and why you need to threaten a child about shooting? But then, being right here, we heard it. A mother saying, well, if I did go down there, it would have been a different story. Meaning if she had gone to the school instead of the father.
Oh.
It would have been a different story. Right here, right on OMG. Mm-hmm. And I'm wondering if this man didn't want the baby mother to say that he's too tough. Because I can't understand why you have to threaten a 10-year-old with shooting. But it's not new. It's not new. I know at least one situation where the children actually saw the gun.
Wow.
That happened here in St. Vincent in the past.
So you would admit that we do have a gun problem as well too in St. Vincent?
Yeah, we have a gun problem.
Right.
The Americans have a gun problem. St. Vincent is no exception. We have a serious gun problem.
And when people lay some of the blame for that problem on the government, do you think that it's incorrect for them to do so, given that you're mentioning it's also a problem in America?
It's a responsibility of the government to keep St. Vincent safe. Where guns are in this society, it's the responsibility of the government to get them off of the street.
When former leader of the opposition, then Dr. Gonsalves, said that James Mitchell and Randolph Toussaint were responsible for the crimes that are taking place in the country, do you agree with him?
I just answered that question.
Okay, so you would agree? You would say then directly that Gonsalves and the Commissioner of Police is also responsible at present?
They are ones who are responsible for solving these issues. Of course,
right.
They have to be supported by the population. Because when a man working with you, and you know that man, and this is hypothetical, I don't want anybody to hold it against you. But a man working by you or your brother, and it might be better for me to your brother in your home because you don't have any brother.
Right.
your brother in your home owns a gun and you see it day and night and you do nothing about it, how is the police going to solve that one? It is their job to solve it, but we all have to chip in and assist. We have to provide the police.
But what happens when the police solves it and it goes to court and the magistrate found it guilty, but then the mercy committee have a rum meeting and they grant my brother pardon, give him mercy?
Well, it's their prerogative.
Is that helping the situation?
I don't think it helps.
Mr. Weeks, can you give us I don't know if you guys would have dealt with this before, but can you give us more insight into how the Mercy Committee operates?
I don't know. Okay. It's not something I ever paid attention to. See?
Okay. Mr. Weeks.
Sorry.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead. Finish up because I want to ask you something on a different issue. So go ahead, please.
No, I am finishing. I don't know how they operate.
Okay, Dan, you got any other thing on the gun issue, which we'll come back at later on in the morning. Yesterday, VNEC put out a release on fuel surcharge rate and electricity cost. Have you heard about this?
I heard the in the news, and I heard it on more than one occasion, different media houses, and I get the impression that, well, not the impression, it seemed to me that they read directly from the
release.
And I don't know if how well it was written. But to ask the question, yes, I did hear it.
Okay. Can you explain to our listeners fuel surcharge? How is that calculated? And what exactly is that?
Then the electricity company, quite obvious, they generate electricity and they sell it. In St. Vincent and the Grenadines, there are three types of energy that our company uses to generate electricity. They use a minimal amount of solar technology. They use the river, the water flowing in the river, and they use diesel. Diesel is imported and burned to produce our electricity. It's imported, it's paid for. So the electricity company has several costs that they undertake when they produce electricity. They have to pay the workers, they have to maintain the plant, they have to do all of these things, maintain their vehicles and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the major expense is the energy that they use, and the most prevalent one, most important one in terms of cost is the diesel. So sometime in the past, what the authorities did was to divide the cost of producing electricity into. They took out the cost of the fuel, and then they left all of the other costs together. And they said, if the consumers pay 50 cents for every unit of electricity they use, that will cover the other costs. And the diesel, they calculate that cost on a monthly basis based on how much electricity they use. So the fuel surcharge is us paying for the diesel that the company used to generate electricity. There's a formula that they use, which I never familiarized myself with it because it's an index. But basically, the principle is they're charging us for the fuel they use.
So does that
So there's
justify?
two things that would influence the fuel surcharge: how much they use and the price they pay for it.
Okay. And that is why at some point the fuel surcharge can be higher than the consumption of electricity.
Yes, it depends on how much they fuel they use and how much they pay for the fuel. So at this point where oil is sold on the international market for over $100 per barrel, the electricity, the diesel is very high, and I think in the price of the diesel is very high. I think in the news release they indicated, was it $14 or $16 per gallon they're paying? 14, I think, for the diesel, as compared to some time ago when they were paying $8 per gallon. So you see the difference. So that's a 75% increase. Right there. And so they have to recover that money. If they don't, what would happen is that at some point they may not have money to import diesel.
Whenever I read the financial statements from Vinlec in the newspaper when they make them public, and I see the huge profits they make, why don't they return that profit back in the companies so that the consumers of electricity
don't
have to feel that, like what we're doing right now, instead of generating these huge profits? What's
the last profit they declared today? What's the last amount?
I can't remember, but you hear about millions and millions of dollars of profits.
I can't comment on that because I don't. Well, I will comment in a general way, but in terms of the huge profit, I don't know. But Vinlec is a company, BIM. The only difference between Vinlec and let's choose one out of my head, Star Garage, is that Vinlec, Star Garage are owned by private individuals. Vinlec is owned by the government. But it's a company, that's why its financial statements are published, because that's the law. These companies have to publish their
but it's owned by the government,
Correct.
which taxpayers
exactly. And I feel like they're serving the public.
Yes, they're serving the public to generate electricity,
which is a necessity, right?
But remember, in order to generate electricity, you have plants, you have equipment, you have vehicles and so, and they have to be replaced. And therefore, if you're operating as a company, when you make profit, you can't simply distribute it back to the people. It's not a cooperative enough. Like it's not a cooperative. When the credit unions make money, they give it back to their members in the form of dividend.
So where does the profit from Vinlec go?
I don't know if they pay it over to the central government, but I know a huge amount of it has to go back into paying, because all of these big machines that Vinlec bring in, it has to be paid for.
Yes, but when they calculate, when they do their accounts, doesn't profit come after they
That's
take
the
care
expenses.
of these things? Yes, these things come into expenses.
No, Ben. When you buy equipment, it's not considered an expense.
So they reinvest it then. It's an investment back into the company. Capital investment.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, it's money you spend on capital. So you won't see that in its profit and loss. What you see in the profit and loss is an amount set aside for the depreciation, which is a small, relatively speaking, a small portion of the overall investment that they made, that they would, in a way, over a number of years, whether it's 10, 15, or 20 years. They would charge an amount for using that equipment.
Mm-hmm.
But when you invest in equipment, you don't see it in the profit and loss as an expenditure. an item of expenditure.
And companies like Vinlec and CWSA, which are monopoly companies, okay? When these companies, as they have done, put out releases which state, okay, that we will no longer be printing bills and sending them to you. We're going electronic. That administrative cost, the cost of the paper, the cost of which turns out to be a substantial amount of doing these bills, your paper bills, physical bills and sending them out. When that money for that cost is taken away, where does that go really? Why can't that be passed on to the customers? Not giving them the money, but helping to subsidize the cost of whether it's be water or electricity.
It's a good point you raised, in, but you probably spent so much time on vacation that you didn't hear me deal with that matter before. I think it is ridiculous, and some of my friends in the Water Authority, they don't want to talk to me anymore, because I really objected to the way they did. They made that move. And so some of my friends are probably upset with me. I don't hear from them anymore. To answer the question, well, before I answer the question, Vinlec and CWSA, they're not quite the same in terms of their organizational structure. Vinlec is a company with shares. All the shares are owned by the government, as far as I know. The Water Authority is what is referred to as a statutory body. It is an organization established by a law. So they're different. They're both businesses and operate on business principles. But to answer the question you asked, yes, I believe that there is huge savings in administrative costs from that move. I support going green, but where that money goes, that money that would reflect as a reduction in the expenditure of the company, and therefore you would see that in the bottom line in the profit and loss statement. So that is expected to increase their profit or reduce their loss if they were in a loss-making position at some point in time. And that money would be available for them to do whatever the board and the government decide they would do with that money.
But unfortunately,
in terms of that move, even as you mentioned, a reduction in the administrative cost. It's not just the paper, These companies had persons in the various communities that go around to distribute these bills. Yes. I wonder if they're finding alternative employment for these persons, or they simply become unemployed at that point. I know some of them, I believe.
And it's quite a lot of them.
I think in the case of the CWSA, I think that they want to really meet the distribute bills as well. So certainly they would have to retain them to read the meter, but if you simply read the meter and you don't have to call the household to collect the bill, you'd have more time. So there'd be a reduction, but certainly in the case of Vinlec, where they had persons riding around and walking around and distributing these bills, are these persons becoming unemployed?
Wow, interesting. What can we do with regard to Vinlec and the high cost of electricity, though, Mr. Weeks, on a personal level? You can advise us.
You mean you as a household, as a consumer?
Yes, as a consumer.
You have to take measures to consume less electricity. Turn off your AC when you leave in the home. When you leave wherever you are to go to Boom in Kingston, you have to make sure that you turn off your AC. Turn off the lights when you're not using them. Unplug the chargers and so that use electricity, small amount, but they use electricity even while you're not using them. Manage how you use your fridge, your electrical equipment in the house, equipment in your house generally. Watch how you do your ironing. I am told it's better to do all of your ironing at the same time rather than have to iron individually every day, where it takes energy to simply heat up the iron and that kind of thing. You simply have to take measures to reduce the amount of electricity you consume.
Mm-hmm.
And there are several of them. What I just the ones that come to my mind readily as we're speaking.
Dan?
Is it? Or is it back on my mind?
One thing I wanted to ask you about, Mr. Weeks, that it just evaded me.
You.
Yeah, it just went out there. Okay. Mr. Weeks, just yesterday we were having a conversation about what you bring in terms of knowledge and education, in the morning. Just yesterday we were discussing it and how much, and this morning was a very good example of the information you gave to us this morning. I really do appreciate that.
In my back. Why you don't call me
We're afraid.
Yeah, but on a serious note, and the question is why do I speak here? I speak here because a lot has been invested in me by taxpayers. Not simply in the salary they paid me for 30-something years, but in the experience I gained while getting that salary.
Mm-hmm.
When I worked in the public service thing, it wasn't a job. It wasn't solely a job. I love what I did, and from the day one, I went into the public service. It was a learning exercise for me. Because I entered the public service in a technical area, in an area that was newly developing in statistics. There were about 3 of us who were responsible, 3-4 of us who were responsible for compiling and distributing the trade statistics of industry. In other words, we recorded with the help of the data processing department of every item that was exported from St. Vincent and imported into St. Vincent.
Wow.
4 of us did that when I entered the public service. That was my job. And when I got there was a backlog, quite a few years backlog. And one of the things that my post was created for is to help to reduce that backlog and, of course, to keep it current.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, it was an important job. And while I worked in statistics, that was just one area, because I got to the point where I was compiling the GDP of the country, and that exposed you to so much. You get to see company records, and you go around. I was involved in census. I think one of the most important jobs I've done in the public service is 2001 census, when Ms. Roberts and I were responsible for overseeing the census. And then when I left statistics, I went into some important areas as well, in health, in labor, in telecommunications. And I gained a lot. During that 30-something years, I got a significant amount of training, as I said, because it was especially in statistics, it was an area that was being developed new, not just in St. Vincent, but around the Caribbean. So you got a lot of training. Technical, so you get specific training to do your work. And of course, I capitalized on every opportunity that there was available to get academic training as well. So I started with doing a certificate in business administration with the University of the West Indies. And I had training in many countries, Taiwan and Japan. So when I speak here, I think it is my responsibility, and I always urge my colleagues, who some of them, many of them, are more knowledgeable than me, and can speak with more authority on some of the things that I speak on here. I understand why they don't speak, because the kind of criticism
they open themselves up to.
They open themselves up to. And sometimes it's not just them, it is their children.
Their family, yes.
The family who feel the effects.
Well, I personally know you just take some hits for the team, so that's all right. I appreciate you for that.
I shared in the past. I still do every now and then.
I remember the question that I had for you. I know that and it's important to always let our people know that we do not control the price of fuel oil on the world market, which affects the cost of fuel, right? At the pumps or wherever, right? Because I know some people blame the government and say, oh, the government, because we don't control that. OPEC is the one that control oil prices on the world market. But recently, when Prime Minister Gonzalez went to Venezuela and he came back, he spoke of oil or fuel being given from Petrocaribe and how it's going to impact us. When is this going to take effect from, so that maybe we can start seeing, or if any of it is gonna go to VINLEC, so we can have a reduction from VINLEC?
Well, I think primarily that oil goes to VINLEC. I think VINLEC is the one that buys.
So they haven't gotten it as yet
from Venezuela. I don't think so. It was. I think Minister Gonzalez had indicated when he expected to start. I don't think it has started.
Okay.
One of the problems that we faced with getting oil from Venezuela in the past was the availability of the ships to transport the fuel.
Okay.
And that had to do at the time, not solely, but significantly with the embargo that
I was going to ask about that.
The Americans had. And so private businesses found it difficult to do business with Venezuela.
How you get the oil out of Venezuela with an embargo on them? But we out of time, Mr. Weeks.
I'm sorry, it was gone over.
It's okay. I want to thank you very much for another great week, Mr. Week. Another great
week. Having me, and I would allow you to announce the changes that are coming next week.
Yeah, well, maybe we should do that now. From next Monday, we take a step up more for carnival and programming, and as a result, Mr. Weeks will be on Mondays and Thursdays. The same time.
Monday and Wednesday, you told me.
Monday and Wednesday.
And Wednesday. Sorry. Yeah. Same time, same place.
You did it in my presence.
And we really do appreciate you, Mr. Weeks. We were saying how much what you bring on morning.
Thank you for having me then.
I said let's try to cut. I said in the meeting, let's try to get under your skin a little bit so you could get a little bit more thing. But you don't bother with me. Try and get a little bit more upset with me. But it just ignore me sometimes. Thank you very much, Mr. Weeks. All right.
Have a good weekend, Mr. Weeks.
Thank you, Danielle. You guys do as well. And
catch you Monday morning, same time, same place, right here on OMG in the morning. All right. Hey, listen, it's gone past 9 o'clock in SVG in the Eastern Caribbean. Let's do this. Come right back. When we come back, we get into some more bacchanal right here on OMG in the morning. Here we go, Shady.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Soca Team Boom, we would like to welcome you on board Flight 1069. Mission, St. Vincent and the Grenadines Carnival. Soca Aviation regulations requires that you fet with the Soca Team for the duration of this flight.
Well, this is Cap in this thing, man, on the Flight 1069 with the Boom Soca Team. Real steel.
Well, they don't know the boy Casper G on Flight 1069. Boom Soca Team. Don't play with it.
And the shouting, hey, dicey call. Flight 1069. Boom Soca Team. Destination Vincy Mas. Hey, tell them chemistry. Let go the gas mask.
Once again, welcome on board and enjoy Flight 1069 with the Boom Soca Team.
You. Baby, I'm wanting you. This girl says that she loves me and I just love her. She says that she needs me and I just need her. Watching you, gotta keep in touch with you. Come baby, hold me close. Watching you, gotta keep in touch with you. While I was in this dance, wondering will I get a chance when I spot this sexy woman from across the room just by a little glance. It took a little while, but soon turned into a smile. She wants me now. This girl says that she loves me and I just love her. She says that she needs me and I just need her. She says that she wants me and I just want her. For her love, just give me a little wine. That's all I'm asking, give me a little wine. You know you want it, a little wine. Hey, hey, a little wine. Her love, hold me close, baby, hold me close. Watching you, gotta keep in touch with you. Come baby, hold me close. Watching you, gotta keep in touch with you.
Let me see you wind up your bumper. I'm bring that closer to me. Now give me when you push back that thing on and answer my fantasy. Girl, your body
Flight 106.9, wait for me.
When you wind, you wind so good, yeah. Then she ball out, hold on. She grab on the thing like, hold on. And then I give she the thing like, hold on. I mash up the place and you know you're whining good. She ball out, hold on. Just give me some time now, hold on. She want me stop down the wine now, hold on. But you're something feeling good. And she ball, hola, 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 hola. She ball, hola, 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 hola. She call me name. She ball, hola, 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 hola. Hola, 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 hola. She call me name. And she said, hola, tell them hola tunde, hola tunde, tell them hola tunde. Wipe on the thing I want, stay on the mind I'm on. Anything that you come with, tell them hola tunde.
Go far away, go far away at all. When I'm under me liquor, when I'm under me alcohol. Go far away, go far away at all. Say the party start and everybody jump. Everybody vibes in, everybody jump. Drinks in my hand and my woman in front. Oh, must take a wine on that. Say the party start and everybody jump. Everybody vibes in, everybody jump. Drinks in my hand and my woman in front. Oh, must take a wine on that. Everybody whining, everybody climbing. Hey, you see we rolling, no matter we. Everybody whining, everybody climbing. Hey, you see we rolling, no matter we. Not to worry in the world, not to stress in my life. No, my life is real, real bright. Not to worry in the world, not to stress in my life. No, my life is real, real bright. Bring in your friends and bring in your crew, cause tonight we celebrate life. Bring in your friends and bring in your crew, cause tonight we celebrate life.
Soca does give me powers. Yeah, make me jump and fit for hours. See me then. Nah. See me then. Soca does give me powers. Yeah, make me jump and fit for hours. Nah. Soca does give me powers. Yeah, drink me rum and share with others. Fit for hours. Soca powers. It's a wonderful feeling to share with others. All my brothers and all my sisters. Today we making we name. We party in sun or rain. We don't care what the people say. Once the music hit my brain, so much powers I can't explain. Until that golden day when the father take me away. All of my friends will say, phenomenal. I'm phenomenal. I'm phenomenal. We're phenomenal. I'm phenomenal. I'm phenomenal. We're phenomenal. We're phenomenal. Yeah. Soca does give me powers. Yeah. Turn me into masqueraders. Soca does give me powers. Yeah. Draw me straight in different colors. Masqueraders. We get me powers. It's a wonderful feeling. On stage together, rolling with banners with different colors. We crossing the party and sun no rain. We don't care what the people say. Cause the music hit the vein. So much powers I can't explain. Until I call a day when the Father take me away. All of my friends will say, I'm phenomenal. I'm phenomenal. We're phenomenal. I'm phenomenal. I'm phenomenal. Phenomenal. We're phenomenal. Yeah.
Go down to the ground, go down, baby. Down to the ground, go down. My girl, go down to the ground, go down.
This is Flight 1069, Destination Vincy Mas with the Boom Soca Team.
My girl, go down to the ground, go down, baby. Down to the ground, go down. My girl, go down to the ground, go down, baby. Down to the ground, go down. My girl, go down to the ground, go down, baby. Down to the ground, go down. My girl, go down to the ground, go down, baby.
Thursday.
My girl, go down to the ground, go down, baby. Down to the ground, go down. My girl, go down to the ground, go down, baby. Down to the ground, go down. My girl, go down to the ground, go down, baby. Down to the ground, go down. My girl, go down to the ground, go down, baby. From the time I walk in this party, and my eyes behold you, the way you move in your body, like you want everyone to see. That mini skirt that you wearing, exposing your privacy. Got me watching now and now, can't take it no longer. Baby, don't bend down, just stand up and jam. My girl. Oh baby, don't tease me. You driving me crazy. Don't bend down, don't bend down.
Go back. Thursday.
Don't bend down, don't bend down. Like you want to tease the whole party, whining like you don't care a damn. From the dance to the soca, anyone you bending over, that new French cut that you wearing is very tantalizing. Come tell me, are you alone? Have you a companion? I want a dancing partner tonight. Oh baby, don't tease me. You driving me crazy. Don't bend down, don't bend down. Don't bend down, don't bend down. This is where the party starts. All the people, we're going to the right to the right. Hold on. What do you say? Hold on.
Thursday.
That's it. Move, move, move. See on the road, carnival time, strictly jamming on my mind. Whoa. Keep the instrument in my hand, my whistle and my iron. Too much. I need some assistance. Look, I need some assistance. I met this young girl named Irene. She want to intervene on my scene, but music in she head she wouldn't settle. She just holding on to my whistle. She wanna blow me 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 whistle. When I play, play me iron. She wanna blow me whistle. She wanna blow me whistle. When I play, play me iron. She wanna blow me whistle. She wanna blow me whistle. Go ahead, me. That's it.
entertainment from your favorite soca artists, performing live in concert and streaming live every afternoon.
Dan, why you touch the thing for you put on the wrong thing there, man? Why you do that? They go on Shady had a nice little session there. Listen, it's 15 minutes after 9 o'clock. This is OMG in the morning. Remember, coming up at 10 o'clock, 15 minutes to 10 o'clock, we got a session on mental health. So that we won't have Dr. Richards this morning. He has given way to the people from mental health. They'll be joining us to discuss mental health this morning. We got some messages there for us.
Yes, I do. I remember we're celebrating 20 years of Bomani.
Yeah.
And his good music being in the business on a Saturday at Sunset Shores. We're celebrating it and we're grateful to have had him all this time. And we know that he's going to continue to bring us good music.
He's going to be in with you tomorrow morning. You're going to be featuring him tomorrow morning.
Can't wait. You know, it's going to be a vibe. It's going to be a good vibe. And that hour is sponsored or powered by Courts.
It's called the Courts Featured Artist. That's what it's called.
Who determined that?
I'm asking.
I have not given it a name as yet. Okay. But is that your suggestion?
No. Keep all
it's the Dan and Shady special on Friday.
Cockroach and no thing in Falkirk parties. Let me
That's
stay out,
quite
please.
fine.
Thank you very much.
So we're going to be celebrating with him on Saturday at Sunset Shores. And remember that you can decide what package you're looking to get. You can get a fully inclusive, which
I just want to get in.
$200.
I just want to get in.
Or your semi-inclusive, and that is VIP, which is $150, or general admission, which is $60.
And all the people out there who say that they want to meet Dan, you can catch her tomorrow. If someone comes to you tomorrow and say, listen, on Saturday night. Yeah, and say, listen, I am a fan and I'm just so happy to meet you.
People come up to me all the time.
So will you? I know how you're shy now.
I am very shy, but so I would say, hi, nice to meet you.
Just like that, just dry so. You're like, hey.
What was that? What was that?
Be excited back to meet them the same way they're excited to meet you.
I'm usually excited to meet people.
Shady boy, you're live.
But I just don't have fans like how Shady have fans. Really? So I don't know that experience.
No, you gotta
like how Shady. What? Shady. No.
I think it's a Redskin thing. Like people,
no, I'm telling you. Listen.
Shady thing.
People just be like,
Redskin.
Let me just read my script. I don't know. Y'all are
Redskin woman
Mama guy. Listen, for the Brooklyn, New York family, or if you're in the US, you could just take a nice trip to Brooklyn to check out Woodsy's Bar and Restaurant.
That's not Woodsy in Calico, my partner. No, but it's
Brooklyn.
No. Brooklyn.
All right, 1133 Clarkson Avenue, Brooklyn, New York. That's
the
address.
1133
Clarkson Avenue, Brooklyn, New York.
What do you get there? So we can get there.
You can get chicken. You can get rice and peas. You
West
can get
Indian
steak.
type of thing.
Yeah. You can still get your steak. You could get pulled chicken sliders. You know, if you like your appetizers, you could munch on some mozzarella sticks. They got guacamole.
Okay, stop now.
Planted. I'm real hungry. Trust me.
I
real.
Stop now. That doesn't help me. My cause right now. They're hungry. Yeah.
So make sure you check out Woodsy's Bar and Restaurant. It's now open and ready to serve you. I know you're gonna check it out this weekend.
Hold on, Woodsy, why don't you join us live one of these mornings?
We going, but no. We need to get some of these samples. So how we going to do this?
Oh, that's true.
You know, but you should show us, and we could just
show
start.
Us, yeah. As usual, as we normally do.
You know. Yeah, but we would appreciate.
Let's see if we got Woodsy on the line. Can we? Good morning, caller. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. Notice y'all stop reading y'all WhatsApp, but that's good.
That's done, problem. That's done.
I don't. Let me just make it clear, okay? Because WhatsApp people have been saying that we're not paying any attention to them. The WhatsApp phone is being used for our streaming.
You don't have to give him no explanation.
It's not just him.
Well, he. Well, we'll explain it after he come off the phone. Damn out the place up. Morning, my buddy, pressing.
I know it's true back to all this. I want to throw back as far as the young lady from the child from the school who was forced into the sex act with the three boys. What is the situation with that?
What child from what school with sex act? What are you talking
remember
about?
that? You don't remember that?
No. I tend to not want to look at those things, My God, tried to show me a video recently.
We're not looking at it, we're talking about it. Because we have heard nothing about that.
Update on it, right?
Yeah.
This was the situation where the principal didn't want it reported. Principal didn't want it reported to the police.
Something like that, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. I haven't heard an update on that.
What school was that?
They didn't say
They
the
didn't
name
say
of
what
the
school. So what you need an update on? What became of it?
We want to know what the outcome of it.
Yeah, call a rum meeting.
Your good friend Commissioner Police is
That's my boy. That's my boy. That's my boy.
I'm also still stuck at CJ Weeks. Like I'm just
That's
stuck
my
at
boy.
a number of them at this point.
Commissioner John is my boy. Okay, all you say. That's my boy.
Is that your boy alone?
Well, all I need to treat him better.
But he behaves like a boy. Is that your boy alone?
But you leave my commissioner alone. Our commissioner. I can't deal with you. Why take pressy coffee this morning? I don't need the stress in my life. Thursday morning.
Boy, you're more stressing people like myself than anybody. Yeah, but we need to know what's going on with that match.
True.
You know, and it seemed like it's been swept under the rug, so I lift up the rug now.
Tell you what, Pressy. Why don't you send us a list of matters you want to hear, and we will reach out to Commissioner John next week.
Remember, it's his boy.
Which is my boy.
Right.
And I will ask him on these matters that you want. Not just you, anyone out there who've got some matters. I'm done now. What's wrong with you?
Well, he can't WhatsApp it to us because we won't see.
No, we don't want to reach out. We want to see like how we have Jomo on the live and Pars on the live. Bring him on the live.
Does it matter whether he's on the live or not?
Yes, it matters. It matters.
You want to call in and rough him up like how you do it when he was on some program with the Grenadier man. You're a horrible human being in a person. Why can't you be nice?
Wow.
Yes, I saw and I looked at it. Pressy and company.
We need him on the live. You need to answer.
No, I will not allow you.
Well, I would
my
not
boy like that. Well, that's your business. Your information.
We need him on the live.
Okay. All right. But send me your questions, and I will try to get him. I will have him on here next week. This is Commissioner John.
On the live?
Well, I'll see. It's according to where he is, because I know he's not in the country right now. So I'll see.
Well, he could make sense be like alive and anywhere. Be live at home.
Oh, Jesus.
Don't pressure my commissioner. Don't pressure my commissioner. If you want to call in, let him call.
He don't have to be alive to be alive, you know.
But if he wants to call in, let him call.
I can't make it in here.
No, what?
Why you don't come in on the live? Huh? So we could deal with you.
What you going to tell me? Not you can tell my life to the wall, you know. My life is a open book.
All right, buddy. All right, well, I'll see what I can do next week. But I'll definitely get him out next week, whether on the live or on the phone. Okay, buddy?
All right, my brother.
All right, buddy, cool. Yeah. That's Pressy asking that he need to get an update on a number of issues. One of them being the sex issue from some school girl. Good morning, caller. You live? Good morning. Listen now. Or don't monkey the thing now.
All right, but you're putting me in a stressful situation with them ads day.
Yeah, you gotta. No, it's not 25 passes yet. So we got 2 more minutes before we get to the commercial.
You loaded those?
You just stressed me out so this morning. What's wrong? I go home in.
Did he run any since I went outside?
Good morning, caller. You're live.
Morning, Bing.
Morning, sir.
How are you doing, man?
I am good, Mr. Bramble.
You're sounding good.
I am the baddest man. I've got my weapon in front of me. My mic is my weapon.
You're the baddest caller on radio. In relation to the fuel surcharge, right?
Right.
We know that the more you use, the more the fuel surcharges go up. But time and time again, ever so often, we pass government buildings, schools, all that, with lights on all weekend, air conditioning going, whole weekend. Can they do something about that?
Those are the things that make us pay more.
That's a good point.
Can we install solar powered street lights?
Correct.
I've seen solar powered street lights in other parts of the world. How much it would take, or is it that they would be happy for us to use these street lights because we know we're paying for them, We know we're paying for them, and there are some of them that run whole day. Can they do something about that? We talk about green energy. I see them putting a lot of solar power all over the place. Argyle all about. Can we look at the implementation of some solar power street lights also? And them government buildings, let them turn off and reduce the amount of current they burn, especially when nobody in the offices. You pass it many times, you pass the library many times, and the light in the building on.
Wow. And
just start to share that because it's really hard to see that your bill was 264 and all of a sudden it reached 550. I don't know how it reached there.
They may argue for security purposes why they keep the lights on, but you can do solar again. You can still do the same thing.
Lights.
You can put solar.
Yes.
Definitely.
Caller, I don't know if you do know, but I'm just asking just for asking sake. What about AIA? The electricity at AIA, is it solar or is it on the grid? Do you know?
I am not sure. I know they have a solar farm out there, and I know they use that for some of the airport. I don't know if they transfer it back into the grid and use that because I don't know. I really don't know, but I know they have a solar farm out there.
Okay, all right. But your point about lights being on overnight and all of that on weekends, these are the things that make our electricity costs go up. These are the things that make us pay more for the fuel surcharge.
Exactly. And I need to monitor that properly. I had a family here in the volcanic eruption being 2 families. My bill went from 264 to 4 something. And it just kept climbing since then. The family don't gone over a year now, you know.
My bill still
going and it's still climbing. It's just climbing.
Shady laugh. All right, buddy. Thank you very much. All right. All right, cool. Maybe you have a ghost day.
Boy, everybody right now complaining about the cost of the electricity.
Hold on, Shady.
My bill used to be $70-something. Now you reach 100 and something.
Give me that bill now.
If I tell all it is,
share with your bill now.
You
know they're gonna say you okay.
Bet your money.
You go pay that.
Bet your money. Caller, good morning. You're live.
Good morning, bad boy.
Oh, Jesus,
Dave, I hope you're gonna be nice today. Eh?
There's an airport. The airport in Ireland. I saw a documentary. Very fascinating. How them could run their airport on solar panel? Huh? They get how much megawatts they use per day. Their international airport, check it out in Ireland. And we get hot sunshine weather here. And we can't, anyhow, we got too much bright people running things, eh? They're too damn bright.
Jesus.
And I love the tape.
It should be nice.
I love the tape with ganja running off in mouth and cocaine and all of that. Cocaine, stop, come back here now. What about the cocaine in the clinic? I hear nothing out over here. What about all them cocaine? What are you going on?
The country belongs to all of us.
The cocaine went up from the pharmacy.
We planting cocaine now? We might soon have a cocaine lunch among the big boys. Thank you.
Dave, you have a good day. Remember, Jesus love you. All right, take your medication.
You too.
All right, good. We're gonna take a quick break and come right back. All right, right here on OMG in the morning.
Continues to provide the best quality stationery items in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Our line includes letter and legal size paper, file
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, side it up, on the love. Easy wins with love. Easy wins.
Get the easy summer vibes with over $70,000 in cash and prizes. Just top up $10 or more. Activate a prepaid plan, switch to Flow, or bundle your home services to get your share of $70,000 in cash, data, Samsung Galaxy devices, shopping vouchers, and more.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, side it up, on the love. Easy wins with love.
Low terms and conditions apply.
Sip Plum Rose sparkling water. Beyond water.
Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered? Covered by a company owned by Vincentions that understands your unique insurance needs. Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered? Covered by a company owned by Vincentions that understands your unique insurance needs. At Metrosint General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrosint General Insurance Company.
Promotion! The Argos winning team! For every 5 sacks of Argos cement you buy, you get a scratch card for a chance to win big!
Big? How big? Like we really mean?
We mean big! You can win Careers Hazel's vouchers of US 20, 60, 100, and even US $150! And that's not all. You can win free Argos cement by the sack or even by the sling.
A sling of cement? Like a whole sling? That's not like 35 sacks?
Yes, a sling! 35 sacks of Argos cement could be yours when you buy 5 sacks or more of Argos cement at Careers Building Supplies, Ace Hardware, Ace 2 Honnesville, Ace 3 Pembroke, and Diamond Woods. Join the winning team today when you buy 5 or more sacks of Argos cement at Careers Hazel's.
Careers Hazel's, terms and conditions apply.
Thinking of winning the lotto jackpot? Well, there is an easy way. Combo Play. Choose 4 numbers from 1 to 36. That's a combo 4 at a cost of $64. Match any 4 of the 5 numbers and win the lotto jackpot. There's Combo 6, where you purchase 6 numbers for only $12. Match any 5 of the 6 lotto numbers and hit the jackpot. How about Combo 7? That's a purchase of 7 lotto numbers for $42. Match any 5 of the 7 numbers and you will win the jackpot. There are also Combo 3, Combo 8, and Combo 9 lotto plays. Visit the NLA headquarters in Pauls Avenue or WhatsApp 495-6886 for more details. Lotto, you have to be in it to win it.
We have all endured the wait for 2 years.
I know you're feeling pain.
Now, our time is here for the Masquerade, the sweet sounds of steel, a showcase of Kaiso and energy like no other at Soca St. Vincent and the Grenadines Carnival 2022, June 24th to July 5th. Vincy Bass, take the ice again.
Tingle nice again. When I'm with my friends, we go party and never stop till the end of all in again.
Protect the children. Yeah. Don't be afraid to speak out. Teach the kids their rights. Physical and sexual abuse must stop. Join me in this fight now. I want you to see suspect say among friends and families. See suspect say in the schools and communities. Children of the future, they depend on you. Report to the authorities, that's what you should do. You see these signs, do what's right, put a stop to child abuse. See, suspect say among friends and families. A message from the Child Development Division within the Ministry of National Mobilization in collaboration with UNICEF.
General Hardware still has the best prices on steel, lumber, and plywood. So good.
We have all endured the wait for 2 years.
I know you're feeling pain.
Now, our time is here for the Masquerade, the sweet sounds of steel, a showcase of Kaiso and energy like no other at Soca St. Vincent and the Grenadines Carnival 2022, June 24th to July 5th. Vincy Bass, take nice again.
Tingle nice again. When I'm with my friends, we go party and never stop till the end of all in again.
Free delivery and see why nobody beats the General. Nobody.
No matter where we come from, the journey begins the same for all of us. There are no easy ways to achieve our dreams. The road is paved with determination and hard work, fueled by the love of what we do and the ones we do it for. At the St. Vincent Cooperative Bank, we share your vision to succeed. It runs generations deep. That's why we continue to take this journey with you. It's probably not what you expected from a bank, but we're not just any bank. We're the People's Bank.
St. Vincent Cooperative Bank.
Your penny bank, and so much more. For more information, call us at 456-1894 or visit our website today at www.svcooperativebank.com.
Answers and socks again, boy. Win a treat for dad just by shopping at Chorus Food Mart. Spend $40 or more. Write your dad or your contact information on entry form and place in box provided for an opportunity to win a treat for dad this Father's Day. First prize, day pass for 2 at Blue Lagoon Hotel. Second prize, dinner for 2 at Baystones Restaurant. Third prize, an icebox filled with drinks. Draw date 17 June 2022. Caress distribution terms and conditions apply.
At Cashways, we buy, sell, and trade almost anything of value. Get cash for gold same day. The highest prices on jewelry, gold, silver, and diamonds are available at Cashways. Bring in items in good working condition and cash out instantly. We buy, sell, and trade from gold watches, cars, and more. Need cash for goods instantly? Visit Cashways today at Corner Shop Street and Long Lane, Kingstown. For more information, call 451-7777 or visit cashways.com. Cashways, we buy, trade, or sell almost anything of value.
Get on board the Soca Flight with in-flight entertainment from your favorite soca artists, performing live in concert and streaming live every afternoon.
Reggae dance, yo, reggae dance, yeah. Hey, she tell me to get callers ID to put on top me phone so that she could get in touch with me even when I'm not home. You say something must be wrong with my line, cause anytime she want to make a lime, call to invite me if that is fine. Get busy tone all the time. Every time Susan call along by me home, she get in a busy tone. Who tell you technician to fix your phone?
My body busy tone, or should I say gas station? Come now, Shady, you know the thing. Busy tone, call me. Or should I say gas station?
Bring it up.
There's my boy. Free gas for me, Shady. Free gas. Yes. Go on, busy tone.
She tell me to get callers ID to put on top me phone so that she could get in touch with me even when I'm not home. You say something must be wrong with my line, cause anytime she want to make a lime, call to invite me if that is fine. Get busy tone all the time. Every time Susan call along by me home, she get in a busy tone. Who tell you technician to fix your phone? She get in a busy tone. Even to me neighbor daughter named Joan, she get in a busy tone. I wonder why she won't leave me alone. She get in a busy tone. Hey, but I was at home all alone. I was on the phone. What you mean? Hey, she said the telephone company charging too much money, and when she pick up the telephone, she still can't get on to me. She tell me to put voicemail on the thing, or even better put on call waiting. But this busy tone, my God, is a sin. Still she keep on complaining. Every time Susan call along by me home, she get in a busy tone. Tell people and wireless fix the phone. She get in a busy tone. Even to me neighbor daughter named Joan, she get in a busy tone. I wonder why she won't leave me alone. She get in a busy tone. When it comes to my phone, I am never at home. I'm a busy man with a...
You can't play one busy tone, man. You can't do that, so man. It's the weekend coming up. You can't do that, Mr. Gas Station. you going to message me and say, don't call my name. Yeah, busy tone. Here we go. History in the history here. Yeah, Gas Station. Did you tell me so, you know? Yes, you did.
Me?
Shady Hood. Shady will not lie. Yes. Here we go.
She tell me to get callers ID to put on top me phone so that she could get in touch with me even when I'm not home. You say something must be wrong with my line, cause anytime she want to make a lime, call to invite me if that is fine. Get busy tone all the time. Every time Susan call along by me home, she get in a busy tone. Who tell you technician to fix your phone? She get in a busy tone. Even to me neighbor daughter named Joan, she get in a busy tone. I wonder why she won't leave me alone. She get in a busy tone. Hey, but I was at home all alone. I was on the phone. What you mean? Hey, she said the telephone company charging too much money, and when she pick up the telephone, she still can't get on to me. She tell me to put voicemail on the thing, or even better put on call waiting. But this busy tone, my God, is a sin. Still she keep on complaining. Every Sunshine Susan come along by me home. She getting a busy phone. Tell people and wireless fix the phone. She getting a busy phone. Even to me neighbor daughter named Joan. She getting a busy phone. I wonder why she won't leave me alone. She getting a
Destination Vincy Max with the Boom Soca team.
You see, you have to know what kind of friends you have to have, Dan. So we're talking about fuel prices going up and these things, and you have to, fix the thing. I didn't say anything about visit on our own gas station. When did I say that? When did I say that? So you have to pick your friends who have gas stations. So who
friend you have to have a gas
visit
station?
on. Good morning, caller, your life.
You just say it and say it.
Good morning, caller. What, me recognize me number? You know what I'm calling? If all you should treat me better,
I've been telling her to take the call all the time, but she said you don't send no breakfast, so I don't know.
No. You hear what I say? If all you should treat me better, I would buy all the breakfast every now and then, but I do always leave me.
Let us welcome the best Huggins. The best Huggins. I'm not saying that Fitz is not a good Huggins, okay? Listen to me carefully. All I'm saying is that you're the best Huggins. Not that Fitz is not a good Huggins.
Wow.
All right? Fitz is a alright Huggins, but you're the best Huggins.
That's your opinion on it. Listen, you had so many important topics this morning about everything. There's too much. I know you have somebody coming up just now. And I drive in. Anyway, I want to make two comments, basically. You see, things have a way being. And I ain't going to get specific here. If you're smart enough and people smart enough, they can relate to what I'm saying. Things have a way to come back to bite you when things come out of your mouth. Don't believe that at some point somebody have it recorded and it'll come back to bite you, You understand? You remember the other comment I'm going to make is in relation to this. You remember when you and I had when I had this conversation with the PM about not firing the civil servants, right?
On air, you had that conversation he was in studio with me, with us.
That's right. That's right. Now,
you told him he'll come back to hurt him politically.
Yeah, but you see that telethon they're having tonight? I'm gonna make a considerable donation to that thing.
Wow, that's nice.
That's good. That's very good.
That's
very good.
It's gonna be. I'm gonna tell you right now. It's anywhere between $1,000 and $2,000 easy. I'm gonna donate to them.
Congrats, my brother. That's good. That's good.
I tell you, I let me tell all this something. You see me? I like fairness. Politics is one thing, but when you start to hurt people in the pocket, I have a problem. Over them saying, they call it vaccination. What vaccination? Look at Trinidad. Trinidad is up on all their policies just now. Tell me what I'm holding on to in St. Vincent. I keep saying, they think they're punishing me. When I'm ready to come to St. Vincent, I coming home.
Because you're not vaccinated. You'll come home and you'll do your 2 weeks in a hotel.
Yes, boy. And they're going to pay a bigger price for that. Because the money I'm going to spend in the hotel, I'm going to contribute it to the party. They ain't getting it.
You're horrible, man. So you're going to get Julian?
Guess what? I don't care which one of them want affection be. It doesn't make a difference to me, Bing.
Oh, God, oh, large boy. What a man. What's the party and get it?
What? Because what? I mean, you see, vindictiveness is a hell of a thing, boy. It's a hell of a thing. It always come back to haunt you. And I don't care who it is. Listen up. The NDP leadership ain't getting no win either, when they be pushing them jabs on them. Because them two supposed to get licked straight. And I ain't holding back on it. I tell it all, I don't afraid nobody.
Oh, we know that.
You understand? But right is right and wrong is wrong. Fairness is all it is. All right, buddy. Have a go.
All right, my brother. Thank you very much, okay? And thanks for the breakfast in advance.
Yeah. Give me more airtime.
Man, that's safe, man. That easy, man. That easy. All right. You the Mr. Best Huggins. You the best Huggins. Best Huggins. All right, buddy. Cool.
I take the compliment.
So you're agreeing with us. Best Huggins.
Well, I go take the compliment.
All right,
but
buddy.
That's your opinion.
All right, buddy. All right, buddy.
All right, buddy.
Cool. That's cool.
I know we have to jump out soon for a commercial break and we have guests. So I just quickly want to get to a few scripts in. Remember that today is the final day for you to order your Max Pizza if you're looking to have it delivered tomorrow. So you can reach Max Pizza and Kitchen on their fixed line at 458-3474. You have to place your order by 10 p.m. Once you do that, your pizza is going to come up with the Beckway Express tomorrow, 5:30 p.m. You got to be at the wharf to collect it.
Shady can pick it up for you if you want.
You could call
what
the
number
Uber
can
for
you
that.
call, Shady? Shady, what's your thing? What's your number?
5331.
Don't put no number for no woman thing like so pick up the pizza and that is
You think
all.
he's scared giving away? He want to give away his number on
533 what?
1154.
All right. You see, I like friends like that. So I have a friend who's got an Uber in Shady, and I have a friend who's getting a gas station in Busy Tone.
And
so I love
we gotta tell you about
I'm strategic.
Island Sips Plum Rose water. Grab a bottle of the new Island Sips Plum Rose sparkling
I want
water.
some
Taste the
Shay's
plum
Busy Tone.
rose. Herby and fruit flavor, refreshing goodness beyond water. Island Sips Plum Rose sparkling water. Just ask for it. They will be at your favorite supermarket, restaurant, neighborhood grocery. Make sure you pick up your Island Sips water too.
And don't forget that Busy song you can get it tomorrow night on Saturday night.
Saturday
At
night
Grateful.
At Grateful.
Yeah. I come because
Sunset shows.
I want to watch it. I'm going to stand up in front of the stage and phone man and watch me face when he sing that song there. And I want to say, you ain't had no shame. We'll see Monday. Eh? You really ain't no shame. But you singing song about Busy Tone. Eh? Long Kittels,
The man is an artist.
all over green and
The man is an artist. Not so you
he
just say.
He has
So
license.
you have said.
Yeah, he's
okay
an artist.
then.
He's an
Oh
artist.
yeah.
That's my boy.
Artists
That's my
just
boy.
get through to sing that thing, and man.
That's my boy. That's my boy. He's horrible. He's a horrible human being. Busy Tone morning. He said the other Huggins vexed with me.
Noted.
Are we saying this song?
We also want to tell you about Sundown Cinema that's going down on this weekend, the 28th and the 29th of May. They're going to be transforming Grammar School playing field into a mega outdoor event. It's going to be suitable for all ages, so you can invite your family. They'll have food and drinks on sale. They're going to be roasting a pig. You can get your popcorn, snacks, and so much more. Gates open 5:30 p.m. You can get your tickets in advance at Irie Travel for just $20. If you're looking for more information, check them out on their Instagram page at sundowncinema.svg or send a WhatsApp message to 593-6316.
But I'm very happy for Busy Tone, because having a gas station is very good.
What is going on here right now?
No, because I'm
wait,
just
wait,
saying
wait,
I'm
wait,
very
wait,
happy
wait,
for
wait,
him.
wait. All of this
You know,
promotion.
I told him.
He done get
I told him.
promotion in advance before
For the gas station
he
home.
even...
For the gas station home.
Like,
Because
what is
I
this?
said to him
This
I
is
want
free?
some shares, But I am.
So you saying
I'm-
this gonna give you
some shares in the gas station?
It's not gonna happen.
Of course. Because, you see, one thing about the comrade, he takes care, So getting planning permission, all planning try to hold up the thing. We get through. We good.
Where you get all this information from?
Busy Jordan. Play it again.
I
Play it
can't.
again.
I don't think planning will ever hold up.
Busy Tone? It did, but he got through. You see, he's sending his application on the Busy Tone. But when planning held it up, he wrote back and said it under his real name, Randy Luther McIntosh.
She tell me to get callers ID to put on top me phone so that she could get in touch with me even when I'm not home. You say something must be wrong with my line, cause anytime she want to make a lime, go to invite me if that is fine. It's Busy Tone all the time. Every time Susan call along by me home, she get in a Busy Tone. Who tell you technician to fix your phone? She get in a Busy Tone. Even to me neighbor daughter named Joan, she get in a Busy Tone. I wonder why she won't leave me alone. She get in a Busy Tone. Hey, but I was at home all alone. I was on the phone. What's you mean? Hey. She said the telephone company charging too much money. And when she pick up the telephone, she still can't get on to me. She tell me to put voicemail on the thing, or even better put on call waiting. So this Busy Tone, my God, is a sin. Still she keep on complaining. Every time Susan call along by me home, she get in a Busy Tone. Tell people and wireless fix the phone. She get in a Busy Tone. Even to me neighbor daughter named Joan, she get in a Busy phone. I wonder why she won't leave me alone. She gets in a busy when it comes to my phone. I am never at home. I'm a busy man with a very busy tone. Go and go hard stone. How much time she moan? Cause the tone on my phone occupied with Simone, y'all. Give me a minute, don't panic. I go and push the phone line up in the socket. Y'all put your hand in my pocket. Go up on the vibrating ringtone and feel the phone magic, y'all hold tight. Let's make a little love on the phone line. Press a button cause this a ringtone time. Tell Joan she have to wait.
Celebration at Grateful Omani. 20 years of ragga and soca. Make your way to the Sunset Shores Beach Hotel for a night of live performances.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, style it up on the love. Easy wins with love. Easy wins.
Get the easy summer vibes with over $70,000 in cash and prizes. Just top up $10 or more. Activate a prepaid plan, switch to Flow, or bundle your home services to get your share of $70,000 in cash, data, Samsung Galaxy devices, shopping vouchers, and more.
You can win when you top it up, switch it up, sign it up on the love. Easy wins with love.
Low terms and conditions apply.
Come in and see us at UE Open Campus. Your success is a must.
Apply today. Visit our website at www.open.uwi.edu. You can call us at 456-1183.
We have all endured the wait for 2 years.
I know you're feeling pain.
Now, our time is here for the masquerade, the sweet sounds of steel, a showcase of Kaiso and energy like no other at Soca Monarch. St. Vincent and the Grenadines Carnival 2022, June 24th to July 5th. Vincy Bass, take nice again.
Tingo nice again, when I'm with my friends, we go party and never stop till we end up all in again.
Lotto Plays. Visit the NLA headquarters in Paul's Avenue or WhatsApp 495-6886 for more details. Lotto, you have to be in it to win it.
Protect the children. Yeah. Don't be afraid to speak out. Teach the kids their rights. Physical and sexual abuse must stop. Join me in this fight now. I want you to see suspect say among friends and families. See suspect say in the schools and communities.
Isn't it good to know that no matter where you are, you're covered? Covered by a company owned by Vincentions that understands your unique insurance needs. At Metrosint General Insurance Company, we've invested 50 years of service to guarantee that you have the peace of mind that you deserve. When it comes to motor vehicle, property, employer's liability, business insurance, and much more, we've got you covered. Our professional and friendly staff understands your needs and ensures you understand your options. Metrosint General Insurance Company.
We on the go. Calls ready, cash, you already know. We got it all. We on the go, go, go. Calls ready, cash, always ready. When you're ready, let's go.
Courts Ready Cash. Ready when you are.
Drink it up. Island Sips Plum Rose Water. We drinking. Taste the flavor today. Drinking Plum Rose Water from Island Sips. Caribbean fruit flavor. Island Sips. They mix the plum rose with the water. Island Sips. Plum Rose sparkling water. Grab a bottle now. Island Sips Plum Rose sparkling water. Beyond water.
Isn't it great when your experience pays off? Finally, drivers 50 years and over can enjoy the benefits of their years of driving experience. With Beacon's 50 Plus plan, you can expect a hassle-free sign-up, affordable fixed rates, and useful product bundles with your car insurance. Call BMC Agencies Limited at 457-1066 or log on to beacon.co.tt and get driving today.
This is Flight 1069, Destination Vincy Max with the Boom Soca team. Destination Vincy Mas with the Boom Soca team.
We don't need no more of that. Tell them wicked people, fire go burn them. Fire go burn them. Oh, Lord, I said this is the year for love. Fire go burn them. Fire go burn them. Oh, say little boy, you ain't bad at all.
This is Flight 1069. Destination Vincy Mas with the Boom Soca team.
We got some friends inside with us. That is from the mental health. We spoke about that this morning. We said that this morning. And okay, hold on. Come close to the mic for me, please.
Dapsa SVG.
And your name is?
Ria Crichton.
Ria, that's a beautiful name. And your name is?
Rita.
Ria and Rita. Yeah. All right, let's come across it from the mental health.
Yeah, Mental Health Association, newly formed organization. Been formed really to give support and to help publicize issues surrounding mental health in St. Vincent, right? So it's not related to the government, right? It's a volunteer, right?
Non-governmental organization.
Yeah, well,
okay.
Yeah, you can describe
NGO,
it as that.
NGO.
Yes.
Yes, okay. And you are?
I'm Samantha Diana Bailey.
Samantha Diana
Bailey.
That's a nice name. Samantha Diana Bailey.
Yes, I'm also a member of the
Come close to the mic.
I'm also a member of the Mental Health Association.
Actually a founding member.
Okay. What is the difference between these two organizations?
Right. In terms of the support group is really patients offering support to each other, right? And this volunteer organization is about, as I said, publicizing the issues surrounding mental health, and possibly as we go along, being able to offer support to patients and to providers in terms of improving the services around St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
Yes, one of the aims for us is to promote emotional and mental wellness among the Vincentian population, and our organization is open to persons in the diaspora.
Okay.
Yeah,
How so?
So to become a member, right? Membership is open to persons in the diaspora. So this is not about just a physical limitation or space, but virtual. Right, so we have been having our meetings through Zoom, so there's no limitation.
Okay.
And a lot of our support will be coming, of course, from the diaspora. Has been already from the diaspora, persons in the diaspora, whether you're of intention or not. Yes, babe.
Why would I want to become a member? Whether I'm in the diaspora or right here, why would I want interested in becoming a member? Why?
Well, we'll say what's the benefit for members, not just in terms of capacity building around their own mental health, but what we have found that the persons who become involved, persons who have an interest in promoting mental wellness and support for persons who have mental illnesses. So that is one of the our organization strive to collaborate with other organizations that can provide greater support to the Vincentian population. So we do have people in St. Vincent and the diaspora who are just concerned about the well-being of others, and they want to be part of our organization. We also want to be able to be a system that can provide resources in terms of referral and consultation. We know that there are people who have mental health issues, but they do not know how to get the help. So we want to be able to do that also.
Right. Okay, tell us about your organization now.
Okay, so as Ria said, our organization is DAPSA SVG, stands for Depression, Anxiety, Bipolar Alliance Support SVG, right? Our group is mainly to provide support and love and care for persons who go through these illnesses, because we know that, especially in the Caribbean, mental illness is not something that's talked about a lot, and so we want to raise awareness on these issues and not something that is, out of this world to talk about, but they're normal medical conditions. So the same way that you would see a person that has hypertension or diabetes and you would treat that person, that's the same way that you should approach someone that has mental illness. So it's not about looking down on them or saying that
Right.
they're crazy, because that's the first thing that comes to person's mind. Oh, she's depressed, she's bipolar, that means she's crazy. We want to normalize these illnesses so that persons would not feel ashamed when they're diagnosed with these. And Ria is the president, I'm the vice president. Ria has struggled with bipolar, I've struggled with depression. So we have experienced these things. So I think that we have the knowledge to support persons going through them because we've gone through it as well.
Okay. Ria, what sort of support do you give to persons who are struggling with these sort of things, depression, bipolar? What do you do? What does the organization do?
Okay, so this organization is newly formed, right? And what we do is that we have like Zoom meetings. We also have like through our WhatsApp chat where persons would say how they feel and so on. And we have persons who are lined up to basically give good advice as to how to go about this.
How to handle it.
Handle
How
it,
to treat it.
yes.
Yes.
So if I could add, because Ria and I have had a lot of conversation,
Sure.
and this is why we are here together.
Right.
We know we are better and stronger when we do things together.
Together.
So the idea of a support group where persons have similar experiences, where persons can be learn greater skills or more skills around how to cope better with their stressors and how to stay well. So that is one of the keys. And not feeling alone. Feeling alone could make you feel very overwhelmed, right? And working towards the whole thing of social support. We believe that in helping someone who struggle, we all struggle though,
Oh yes.
most of us, we struggle with some level of mental health
Definitely.
or mental health problems. A lot of people have a misconception of what mental health is, but we want to raise that awareness about our state of our well-being in terms of our mental health. It is through this state of our well-being that we are able to achieve our abilities, be able to cope with normal stressors, and be productive and fruitful at work and in terms of our own civil responsibilities.
Right.
So that is, we as association have like a broader mandate throughout in terms of the promotion of mental health, while they zero in on support for people with depression. And we know that depression is pretty common, right? It is because of the number one human suffering and disability. And there are a lot of people, particularly here in St. Vincent, because my experience is in St. Vincent more so, even though I've worked in Toronto, in that people would, for instance, the scenario of people going to a doctor all the time with a complaint, perhaps a physiological complaint, but it is really the root is something like depression.
Right.
And we want to raise that awareness among our Vincentian population in that we must not just think about things in the physical, in terms of our physical health, but our mental well-being, because our mental well-being that help to determine in a lot of ways contribute to our quality of life, right? And Ria and Rita talk about the support from family members. Perhaps they can share.
Dr. Pastor Richard speaks about that all the time, that we have to take care of not just the physical, the spiritual, but also the emotional, which deals with your mental health, and depression and all that. But Dr. Young, can you tell me, please, how can one identify the difference between mental health and depression, or is it the same thing?
Well, mental health is a serious medical illness that affects the mental health, right? So we may have a healthy mental state, right? Where we are coping well with whatever stresses are there. Our relationships are doing very well. We're doing well at work and so on, and we are able to carry out all of what is expected of us.
Right.
So this is a normal, healthy individual, right? But very often when people say that they're depressed, they may mean that they're just feeling down under the weather. This is not, what I'm going to speak to you about this morning is major depression, right? And that is something totally different. This major depressive disorder is a very serious medical illness.
In St.
right?
Vincent?
The patients with it in St. Vincent, and it can contribute to suicide, right? It in and of itself can contribute to other physical illnesses, or change the course of, of a medical illness so that the outcome is worse than it should be.
Wow.
It can contribute to the loss of work, disrupt interpersonal relationships, and so on. So this is and it does require treatment, right? When we're talking about pharmacological treatment as well as psychotherapy, right?
Wow.
So in terms of sorry, go ahead.
No, sorry, I thought you were done.
In terms of depression, what would a patient with depression look like? Most often they look quite normal. It's as the disease progresses and the person succumbs more and more to it, you may find that their self-care goes down, right? Which is why they're more prone to illnesses. And you'll find that they begin to look disheveled, the hygiene goes down. There'll be that almost an emotional vacuum, you could say, right? The doctors talk about flat affect, which really basically means that they're less emotionally responsive. The same person, you would have told them a joke and they would light up. You'd come and try and comfort them and they would respond. Not the case with depression, right? So it takes medication to begin to bring them out of that.
But when you get to medication, there are persons I've heard Vincentians who thinks that once you go on medication for these things, you become addicted to them, and therefore you're very dependent on these medication to get you going, get you up, and get you.
Well,
is that the case?
No, that's not the case. One of the things we have to make clear, I think, to the Vincentian public is that there are medications which are habit forming, and there are medications which are not, right? So, for example, morphine, heroin, cocaine, these are habit-forming medications. Right. The person can become very seriously addicted and they can't stop, right? The medications like the serotonin reuptake inhibitors and that kind of thing that you use for treating depression. These are not habit-forming, right? Usually a person might go on a course of the medication, usually for around maybe 3 to 9 months on average, right? And together with the psychotherapy, and they maintain the taking of the medication as they should, they're usually able to make a recovery, right? Yeah.
Can I just add something?
Sure,
Okay.
sure.
As it relates to medication, though, when I was first diagnosed, I was placed immediately on medication.
How were you diagnosed, first of all?
Okay, so I was in America. I was a medical student at the moment. I was noticing that I was having all these just different feelings. I was not concentrating as I should.
What kind of feelings?
Just feeling down, like literally.
Physically feeling down?
Yes, emotionally, physically,
okay,
yes.
okay.
I wasn't focusing as I used to. And like normally I could go hours studying, but that wasn't happening. And I wasn't sure why it was happening. I was having these negative thoughts about myself just out of nowhere.
Any thoughts to do harm to yourself?
Yes, at times. And also just not feeling like being around anyone. Like I love being alone, and isolation is a big part of being depressed.
Did you cry a lot?
Mm-hmm. Every day. I cried every day. Normally I'm a crier, but at that point it was much more. And I was pushing persons away, my family, my friends. These are all things that you do in a depressive episode. And so
your productivity, how was that?
Non-existent. As I said, normally I would study like all day. I was not able to do that anymore, and so it affected my grades. It affected the way I related to patients, because I was in a hospital. And so being in a hospital every day, I decided to see a psychiatrist, because that's who we have there.
Right.
And immediately she diagnosed me with clinical depression, and she decided to place me on medication. But those medication did not work for me. I tried them for a few months, and all I felt like it just made me feel numb. Like before I was feeling down, and then I would have moments of feeling okay. But once I got on them, I was having no feelings. Like I was just numb to everything. So I think medication can work for some persons, but for persons like myself, it doesn't necessarily work. What worked for me though was therapy. So once I started therapy, I was able to talk through, my feelings, and my therapist was able to tell me, okay, this could be contributing to this. And so we walk through those things together. So some persons get better from medication, some get better from therapy, persons get better from both combined. You just have to figure out what works for you, right? Because there's some things that medication wouldn't help.
Is therapy an ongoing process for you?
At
to
the
make
moment,
sure that you don't go back?
yes, it should be, but at the moment, I'm not in
You're not
therapy.
okay.
No,
all right, good.
because I think from the therapy sessions I've had, I'm now able to cope better
Right,
with,
right,
over
right.
time you develop your own coping mechanisms. So
Okay,
yeah.
Ria, tell me about your situation now.
Okay, in 2016, I was diagnosed with bipolar. During that
What is
time-
bipolar for the listening audience?
It's like two poles, right? One pole you can be very depressed, and the other pole you can have like angry outbursts.
Right.
So bipolar really is extreme mood swings.
Right.
Okay. So in 2016, I had a lot going on in my life. I had stress from work. I had stress from studies. I had stress from my relationship. It was just a series of stress that came down at once. Okay. And I had some several angry outbursts back then, and then I was taken to a psychiatrist by my family member, and there I was diagnosed with bipolar. Okay, so but I firmly believe that I was bipolar before that.
Were you placed on medication?
Yes, I
at all?
was.
Okay.
And a lot of the medication, well, at first it was like trial and error, right? Because some of the medication did not work at first until they gave me ones that worked for me. But I think, as what Rita said, a lot of psychotherapy also helped me.
You experienced this here in St. Vincent?
Yes, here
All
in
of it
St.
in St.
Vincent.
Vincent?
Yes.
Yes.
So I would like Ria to share some of the things that she's doing now, because often people think if you have a diagnosis like bipolar, affective disorder, or other serious mental illnesses,
Right.
they think you can't function,
Mhm.
and often people see it as a time of someone's life where they, like for instance, here in the orientation is so people get what's the word I want to use, in terms of institutionalized
Okay.
care,
Mhm.
right? And we know that with mental illness, for instance, our organization focus on support for recovery,
Right.
so people can go back to their everyday living. And we have two good examples. Ria is diagnosed by a serious mental health illness, and she can tell us what she's currently doing. you know?
Okay, so I'm currently a graduate teacher with the Ministry of Education,
Nice.
whereby I teach adults.
Yes.
After diagnosis, I was able to have my own business. I have a business that's called Ria's Business Consultancy and Tutoring Services. I was also able to go back to do some studies with the University of the West Indies, where I'm presently doing a course in business, and I have attained an A. So I am still achieving my goals.
Let me ask you an honest question, Ria. Do you think at any time, or have you felt at any time that you are going into relapse? Your pressure coming down on you, and you feel like something is happening here, and I feel like something is going to happen.
Initially, when I just got diagnosed, because I educated myself about the illness. So when I just got diagnosed, I did not know much about it.
Right.
But as I educate myself more and more, I've been able to stay stable. And I can probably say for a year now, I have not had any episodes.
Wow.
You said well-being, so I just want to say and add to this. When we think of mental illnesses, we should begin to think of it as physical illnesses, because mental illness actually is a medical illness, right? So think about somebody who has diabetes. I've heard you talk
Yes,
about diabetes.
I have that. I'm a
So you
diabetic,
have
yes.
period when you're stable, you're sugar level,
Right.
right? And there are times some people go into crisis, and then they get the additional treatment and care that they need to stabilize their blood sugar level. It's the same thing with, say for instance, if you talk about Ria and having relapse. Even if you have a relapse, that's,
You treat it.
Yes, you treat it.
You know,
treat it.
it's
Yes.
because it's treatable. So we don't want, what we're trying to promote is that it's not a sentence to write people off.
Okay.
Right? That we want to normalize. And there is this correlation between our physical health and our mental health. They affect each other all the time. And so we need to bring mental health in terms of our care and services at this level of physical care and services, right? I know at the mental health center for many years they're trying to integrate that care to make it more of community mental health. A person should be able to go to their health health center and receive medical treatment for mental illnesses. We don't have to continue to have this sort of separate treatment services. We know that is an era of specialized services. So when the need for that, like it's like physical illness, they sometimes they send you to a consultant because you're in crisis and the regular services are not working. So that's where we need to be. We need to have people go back to their homes, be reintegrated back into their
Yes.
communities, and function. Be given the opportunity to continue with their life. You know, look, what hurts me a lot is to see people on the street, and there is not enough support for them because there's people who can't continue. We have known of stories of persons who've been institutionalized at mental health center. Not very many, right? For a long time with some support, particularly some family member, taking them back home, making sure they continue on the follow-up and so on. And they begin to go back gradually. You know, it becomes more disabling when you have it for a longer period and you're not getting the treatment or support.
Yes.
So with that, people can continue to function.
Right.
Right. We know that there are cases that are very severe and very and may cause more severe disability, right? But not the majority. And so we need to move away from that. We need to allocate there need to be greater allocation in terms of budgetary allocation for mental health services.
How is that now? How is that now? How you finance and
well, I would say it's not sufficient. It's not sufficient.
I have done a brief stint in the mental health system, and I find that the more resources are generally more resources are needed.
why you think that you're not getting more resources?
I think that
It's not taken seriously.
I don't think that a lot of intention society. So it's not just on the politicians. A lot of intention society doesn't. They kind of, as Diana alluded to, they kind of write you off once you have that a diagnosis of any kind of mental illness, and so that there may be the feeling that putting more resources towards the treatment of mental illness and supporting people with mental illness, if you're written off, it seems like a bad idea to keep sending resources that way. And I think that that's something that has to change. Yeah, that's my basic understanding of it. It is stigma. Yeah.
And to add to that, what we don't know, but the science, the research is there to show, actually, you lose economically or financially because of mental illnesses, right? So while we see it as Jason was saying, in that people see if you have a serious mental illness, is your write off or more or less. Why invest in you when you can produce? It is also that when you don't invest to keep people well, you lose too.
Yes.
Because people
Productivity
lose time
go.
at work
Productivity,
and all
yeah,
of that.
yeah,
And the social, I don't really want to use the word burden, but if you have people who are not able to function, they need to be taken care of. So that responsibility become who? The government.
Guys, I'm sorry we don't have more time, but I was just gonna ask you to, were you stigmatized in any way or form at all?
I was, and seriously,
Tell us more. Tell us how more.
So when I had before I knew that I was bipolar, right? I had several angry outbursts, and instead of people helping me, they posted this on Facebook, right? So I was on Facebook. They had this teacher going crazy, all this stuff, instead of helping.
And how did that affect you?
Initially, it affected me, but now that I educated myself more on the illness and I've grown to practice more self-care and these type of things, it doesn't bother me. Because as you can see, I am very productive. Very, very productive. My students that I teach, they do well, they learn. My business that I do, where I tutor my students, they they learn well as well. And even in my studies, I'm able to attain an A in my business course.
Wow.
So it's not the end of the world, as what Samantha said. It's not a death sentence. If Vincentians look at the biographies of persons like Mariah Carey, persons of like Jada Kingdom, because I know you just play hot music, right? If they wouldn't realize these persons are bipolar.
Yes.
And they are doing well.
Turner Broadcasting.
Yeah.
And
they've
they are doing
admitted
well.
they've struggled with
Yes, they are
mental
doing
health and all
well.
that, yes.
You understand? And there are much more persons that Vincentians look up to, the young people look up to, right? That are very productive, even with a diagnosis of such kind. So I really want this stigma to reduce or to end, because it does not mean I am living proof that even if you have a diagnosis of bipolar, you can still be very productive, you can still achieve your goals.
Great. But things like what we're doing here this morning, we're helping that to alleviate it.
Yes.
Were you stigmatized?
No, I
Are
wasn't.
you're presently a doctor now, right?
No, not
You're
yet.
not as
No,
a
not
doctor
as yet.
Okay.
I didn't receive any of that, but I know persons who have
Been
And-
stigmatized.
Yes, and I think the main issue is that the public is not educated enough. Like, they don't know the importance of having good mental health. When you're diagnosed, persons think, "Oh, she'll get over it. They're just going through a phase." So I think what would help and what would end that stigmatization is for persons to really see mental illnesses as another medical condition.
Okay.
And we will be able to move forward in that way.
Okay. Doc, finally, is it hereditary in some cases?
It's in terms of most of the mental illnesses that we can discuss, there is a genetic component as well as there's an environmental component. And depression is no different. For example, we know that people with first-degree relatives who have depression are 3 times as likely as the general population
Wow.
to come down with depression, right? So there is a genetic component to it.
Okay, and Shady's my DJ. He's here with me every morning. What should I look for if I what should I look for with him?
Well,
if
in
I'm
terms
concerned
of-
that he may
right,
be going that.
I can share with you what the criteria you use to diagnose, right? So, for example, if we're looking at a 2-week period, right? So if the person would have, you would notice that they might have lost interest, or they no longer take pleasure in something.
Okay,
things that
okay.
they like
That
to
they
do,
would have normally.
right? That's one of the criteria that has to be in place. Another one is you might be noticing a generally depressed mood, right? So and that together with 4 other of the criteria. For example, you might have what we call psychomotor retardation. The person might be moving so slow. People start talking about it,
Right.
Or they might have agitation. There might be disturbances in sleep, right? Either they sleep just sleeping too much, or they can't sleep at all, right?
And after I've seen and identified these things, what do I do?
So if they've had that for about 2 weeks, we have to consider the diagnosis of depression, right? You can begin to go to a general practitioner like myself, right, who will take note of all that we're seeing, and we will determine whether or not the person needs to be referred on, for example, to psychiatry, right? And once we grade the depression, right, as for example, and you come up with a grade like major depressive disorder, we can then begin to go through the process of determining treatment, right? One of the young ladies was mentioning that the treatment she was on at first, the medication, didn't seem to be helping her as much as she would have liked. But there's about 10 categories of medications, right? That can be used to treat depression, right? So you can go down the list and see which one might be more appropriate for a particular patient, right? And there's even beyond pharmacology, right? There's electroconvulsive therapy for treatment-resistant depression, right? Which is basically electroshock, but that is a last resort, right? Of course, that is a last resort because to do that, you have to put the person under anesthesia.
And there's a fear of persons going to the what they call it in California, the mental health center. Why is that fear? Why persons are fearful of going there? They feel like once they go there, that's it. you ain't coming back.
I think-
They normally say, Dr. Bowman, give them an injection. You know?
I think there's an image of the mental health center from the old days as being a place that's really
Red
hygiene
roof.
isn't so
Red
good.
roof, they
Yeah,
call
red
it.
roof, yeah,
Yes,
it's a shameful place to be, and there was all that stigma and so on attached with it, and so you're seeing, so people would have seen patients go in there and they come out and they don't ever seem to get back to
Wow,
themselves.
wow.
So that there's that image there, that kind of lasting impression in the community, and it's something that we have to.
And
work
do you think because of that fear that persons are resisting coming out and saying, listen, I've got mental health problem, I'm suffering from depression, I'm bipolar? Do you think that may contribute to that?
Sorry,
the fear of thinking about they going to carry me red roof. They might give me injection out there.
Because you see it as a negative place, and you see it as some place you think that I mightn't come back from. Of course, there will be that fear. Yes.
Okay.
There will be that.
Sure.
If I can add to that too, as Jason was saying, the image of the institution, even though the staff they do their best and they do good work to help, they might not know of that story of persons who've been helped by the treatment they receive at mental health. But the association is more with the, for instance, what we see publicly. Persons on the street,
Right.
and so on and so forth. And over the years, it's been institutionalized care rather than a hospital that treat people towards recovery and they are reintegrated back into the community. So I think in order to move forward they'll have to look at how to classify, right? In terms of a lot of people, a large percentage, over 90%, of persons who receive admission at the mental health, because I can talk, because I know, they have an issue of homelessness. And as a result, you find that the institution cater to meeting the house in need, and you find persons who are acutely ill, and when they have to go there, and then they look at the environment and they say like, well, I don't see myself like that person who's severely ill, who is disabled, who is so on so. So we have to separate the care and provide. I think it would be important for the government, Ministry of Health, to begin to look into housing need, how they can assist this large population of people who are homeless, have nowhere to live. We know on the street, people with mental illness are on the street. And so persons who are acutely ill and can recover wouldn't want to go to the institution. One of the things we've been pushing for when I worked in mental health is to be able to care for persons who have mental illness at the hospital, within the community. So as we say, normalize it.
Right.
So if one of the things that I think we'll seriously have to look, can we continue to provide care for persons at the mental health center, or is there another way to do this? Right, like for instance, government is talking about acute hospital. Is there a unit in that acute hospital that will look at psychiatric care? Because we know it's an emergency when you have psychotic breakdown. It is an emergency, right? And persons need to get that kind of attention.
Okay, you wanted to get in as a wrap up?
Yeah. Not exactly on what they were talking about, but you asked if they think that it's because of the fear of persons' fear saying that they're going through the mental illness because of just the stigma. I think for me, my fear of saying I was struggling came from me being like a high functioning individual, like to my family and those around me. So for me, saying that I was depressed was very hard because I felt like they would think, okay, she's not why would she be depressed? So I think it comes back to educating persons where you're like, I shouldn't have to feel that way. I should feel normal, telling my family that I'm feeling this way. So if persons, educate themselves more on these illnesses, then we would start treating it as a normal thing. Because if I was sick with hypertension or something, I wouldn't think, oh gosh, I can't tell mommy.
You're afraid.
Right. So I shouldn't feel afraid to say it because of what persons might think. So that was where my fear came from.
Someone is asking for contact details for the both organizations. They didn't say why to get in touch with you guys. How do you get in touch with you? Your Facebook page, you got a number, contact number. How do they reach out to your organizations?
Okay, so there's a Facebook page. It's called DABSA.
Spell that for me.
DAB is the initials. DABSA. DABSA.
Okay.
SVG. DABSA meaning D for depression, A for anxiety, B for bipolar. It's a support alliance, right? So we have a Facebook page. You can also contact me for now
as president,
as the president at 432-9719.
Why would somebody want to get in contact with your organization? For what?
Okay, so our organization, right? We do not just deal with patients, right? Persons with bipolar and depression. We also cater for the families. So you could have so for example, you might have a family member that is going through depression, bipolar, or anxiety, and you want to support them, or you can be a close friend and you want to support.
Just help in knowing what to expect and what
because it's not. You have to know. Everybody wants to help, but you have to know how to help.
Yes.
Because sometimes you might not know what to say. You might know what to respond and so on.
Yes,
and our organization, we have sessions on that, whereby sometimes we educate persons on what depression is, how we can help somebody with depression, and these type of things. Right?
Great.
So for now, you can contact me at 432-9719, or you can contact my vice president at
433-9707.
Okay, Doc, and how do someone want to get in touch? They ask for both numbers for both organizations.
Our organization too is it's new.
Right.
We're still putting our
all our bits and pieces
together. Right. And really why we're here today is because in recognition of Mental Health Month.
Okay, all right, got you.
It's important for us to do something. So we're still working on those processes. But in the meantime, I am willing to give my number, which is 593-8228.
Okay.
593-8228.
Guys, I want to thank you
for asking that person. Thank you so much for asking, and thank you so much, Bing and your team for having us here this morning.
I do appreciate
and the
it,
listening audience.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
And you certainly, by just this couple minutes, well, more than a couple minutes, you've raised their awareness, because myself, I've learned so much that I never knew about in terms of what are the triggers, what to do, how to respond, and all of that. I really do appreciate you guys this morning. All right. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you.
Have yourself a great day, guys.
All right.
Good. Hey guys, this is where we're gonna wrap it up this morning. We went a bit over time, not a bit. We went half an hour over the time, but it was definitely for a good reason this morning. So it was well worth it going over the extra time. I want to thank you very much this morning for staying with us, Dan.
Thank you. We hope you have a great day.
Yes, make sure you check in on your mental health.
I agree.
Yes. Shady, oh gosh, mental health checking in on you. I'm just saying.
What you just did there is not good for his mental
for
health.
his
What
mental
did
health.
you learn this morning?
To check in on Shady. So I just did. Shady, I'm worried about you, buddy. I'm worried. You're getting put on all these things, so man. These things are triggers.
And by you exposing it, it's not.
Well, I'm giving him help. I'm helping him.
But I hope everybody was able to take away something valuable.
Well, if you look at the feed now, the comments that are coming in, really says it all. And I want to thank you guys for listening. Someone said this is the kind of informational segment needed to be done more often on your program, and tons like this.
That's good.
So thank you very much, guys. Listen, we're out of time. We've gone past the time already. Jill is up next. Is it Jill?
And Puncher.
And Puncher's up next with your Shade Room. All right. I'll be back on Monday morning. Listen, tomorrow.
I thought you said yesterday you feel sorry for me.
I did. Not
just
today.
not for Fridays.
Yeah, not for Friday. Yeah. Tomorrow she's got Bomani as a special guest in the Courts feature artist. Tomorrow morning they're gonna have some fun. I'll be listening tomorrow morning. All right, I want to hear my song Wet tomorrow morning. Okay, so look at that, and see you guys on Saturday night at Sunset Shows for Grateful. Yeah, Shady, take it away, buddy. We're gone. Love you.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of Soca Team Boom, we would like to welcome you on board Flight 1069. Mission, St. Vincent and the Grenadines Carnival.
Yo, King Baba the Rum King, representing for Flight 1069, SVG, Tony up, man! What we tell them?
When I call, give me boom. It's your boy Lucky on Flight 106.9 with the Boom Soca Team. Yo, it's Skilly on Flight 1069. Boom, Soca Team. You know the vibe.
Late arrival! Yo! It's your boy V Fresh Cut, Boom Soca Team on Flight 106.9.
The use of all electronic devices and social media networking related to Flight Soca 1069 are welcome. Catch us on Instagram, Boom 1069, and Facebook 1069 Boom. Once again, welcome on board and enjoy Flight 1069 with the Boom Soca Team.
I lost an emotion and I can't help it, yeah. You wanna be mine, yes, girl, I'm real selfish, yeah. So listen to the offer that I extended, yeah. I walk there with a nice capsule melting, yeah. Whoa. I never see somebody draw back. I'm winding it up like that. Hey, for real, y'all have for the serious. Just link up your friend and leave with us. I never know if you roll that. So, please don't think I just step on top of your draw back like a Tuesday. A Tuesday. Draw back like a Tuesday, girl. I wanna be a man crush Monday. Hey, transform Tuesday to a fun day. Me plus you can equal a Monday. Come let me shift couple cases and that down for truck me. Yeah, girl reverse it like a Snapchat filter. Double tap like pictures on Insta. I can make you sing sweet in different registers. I'm not trying to be a mister. This is for tonight. This isn't for life. No, I never see someone draw back. I'm winding it up like that. Hey, for real, y'all have for the serious. Just link up your friend. Leave with us, I never know you can roll that. So, please don't think I just step on top of your draw back like a Tuesday. A Tuesday. Draw back like a Tuesday. A Tuesday. Draw back like a Tuesday. A Tuesday. Draw back like a Tuesday, girl. Cause all I need, yeah, is a minute of your time. Cause your body well designed. I want it all over mine. Oh, girl, I'm not trying to pass my place, but I want to feel the empty space tonight. So throw back like a Tuesday. Throw back like a Tuesday, girl. I lost the emotion and I can't help it, yeah. You wanna be mine, yes, girl, I'm real selfish, yeah. So listen to the offer that I extended, yeah. I walk there with a nice capsule melting, yeah. Whoa. I never see someone draw back. I'm winding it up like that. Hey, for real, y'all have for the serious. Just link up your friend and leave with us. I never know you can roll that. So, please don't think I just step on top of your draw back. Ole, oh la la la. Ole, oh la la la. Ole, oh la la la. Ole,